books. Also, Mr. Hairy Freak, I just realized we are witnessing the only two Eastern European teams to ever have lifted the Aegis going head-to-head in an elimination game of a qualifier.
Yeah, that's the case in the first round of the lower bracket, right? And you would say Navi has, you know, how the mighty have fallen. Navi has fallen a long time ago. We are always in the mood. Navi is back, but it never lasts for too long. Team Spirit, however, just last year, they won a TI, they won a Riyadh, right? So they're an organization that has recently had great results, but this new roster so far hasn't performed as advertised, but we're hoping that changes.
A lot to live up to. Maybe they need the big money tournament. It's too soon. Prize pool for DreamLeague is too low. Gotta wait until Riyadh, some TI, and then we'll see the best of the Team Spirit lineup. The greed of Yatoro is gonna kick in, enable them to play at their best in those moments.
Maybe he has left it in the team as well. So now we are going for a smoke. It is nighttime versus a sniper, so if your smoke breaks, they're gonna know.
Yeah. Also, look at the positions that they're adopting. Satanic on the one side, Sniper on the other. That bonus vision available on two fronts. So they know exactly what's happening here.
Even gonna be smacking those illusions. And as three of them, they're contesting their own.
Dude, Satanic is actually a madman. Running in with no fear, just like that. He's like, I'll be fine. What's the worst they can do to me? Okay. It ends up working out in their favor. They claim that rune that I thought Navi had better positioning on. And that enables Team Spirit to start off 3v1 in the bounty rune trade at the beginning.
Yeah, pretty solid, and especially when you have a better matchup in the mid lane, this is going to be helping Larl out as well. Right, mid lane is probably where it's felt the most. Sure, in the side lanes, you're going to be seeing the support bringing out a bit more regen. You are maybe gonna be getting one less item, but since it's a 2-for-2, there's always capability for outplay in the mid lane. If you get the advantage, if you get the bottle earlier and stuff like that, it can make a huge difference.
Lal definitely needs the redemption arc for himself in this mid lane, so we'll check in on him in a couple minutes, see how things are going. Meantime, in the bottom lane, Luna with the Treant Protector. On paper, definitely a very strong lane, but unfortunately, they're playing into an excellent lane. Centaur, Dark Willow. These two heroes in the laning phase, man. Very, very strong.
Yeah, Boschke is taking way too much damage. This is one of those lanes where you're gonna have to be extra careful as Team Spirit. One wrong move and you die. And the thing is that the enemies don't have that kind of a problem. Really, for a Treant and a Luna to run you down, it takes time.
Now Luna will just be focusing on getting her farm, whilst Yuragi in the top lane also having a similar objective for himself. And also playing into a fairly obnoxious lane, Kunkka Sniper, man. This is harassment central in the top side of the map, and unfortunately, a lot of this harass is just like straight right clicks, so you can't even rely on like buying some early stick to help tide you over until level 4.
It's the thing is, Team Spirit kind of forced him into a morph lane. The other heroes that were good in the meta weren't good in this game in particular because that Treant pick. And then suddenly, I mean, Treant Sniper. If you go for a Medusa, Sniper goes core. If you go for something else, it becomes a problem. And Puppy, well, he's in trouble as well and gone.
Man, dude, this scatter shots shrapnel is the super shrapnel is too much. It's just way too much, honestly. What are you supposed to do in that situation? Malik also very happy to just go that early X, guaranteeing himself the kill, and he got the first blood. This is a fantastic start to the game for Kunkka.
Awesome, right? And Yuragi is just morphing more and more into strength, so his right clicks are really not going to be getting any CS.
Well, Yuragi has 6 CS to his name relative to the Kunkka's 11. Oof.
Not looking to get better. That's the main issue. Yeah. And Luna, comparatively, is doing well, right? In a lane where you can die, where you need to be careful. Satanic is getting a decent amount of farm.
The one lane that is going well, at least, is that this mid lane is tied up at the moment between Pango and the Storm. So he will not be falling behind. The worst part about when I see Pangos doing badly and they fall behind on that first rotation, the enemy mid laner is able to make it happen first. But in this game, with the experience especially, he's keeping pace with Laurel, so the level 6s should arrive at the same time. So by level 7, he should be ready and able to make that first rotation.
Oh, what a nice play from Laurel, stopping the shield crash. That is the way, if you can stop a shield crash of the Pango at any point in the game, it really does ruin him, because he kind of only relies on the tankiness given from it.
Definitely Laurel's best laning in the entire series, in the entire tournament, in fact, at this point. It's looking solid.
Well, considering that he's now finally not laning versus no one, it's not surprising. What a nice pull.
So far, though, we haven't had that much big action. Outside of that 1 kill onto Puppey, both squads have been content to just farm themselves away. And Team Spirit certainly happier with the situation right now. They know that this morphling will eventually become a problem, but if they can come out of the lanes into this early mid game with a better net worth advantage, I feel like this mid game is much easier for them to play under those conditions.
How is Laurel allowing this to happen for a Pango to take both of his water runes? Laurel is underperforming, not gonna lie. This cannot happen. In this lane, you should have done better than him. Yeah, he's winning somewhat, but now with the water rune disadvantage, the Pango might even overtake him in terms of CS.
Pango's actually going in for the solo kill in this mid lane. Laurel forced back underneath his tier 1, and like you mentioned, there's no water runes, no regen. This is a Storm Spirit being solo zoned back into the base by a Pangolier.
I can't believe it's only because I don't even know what he was thinking going for that rune in the bottom lane. As soon as he saw the Pango was close, just okay, that one is yours, bro. I'm gonna take the other one. He goes there, he waits, he gets slowed down by the shield crash, still loses it, as they will lose Satanic. So finally Navi find an opening.
Yep. They brought Puppey in through the twin gate to make that move happen. He's relying on Yuragi not dying, but unfortunately Yuragi, I was watching him top He started morphing into the strength, but it took too long. Malik chilling with the level 2 Tidebringer. And I love that Team Spirit did this. They recognize, alright, Puppey's down bottom, nobody's available to save the Morphling. Dive him immediately. And it pays massive dividends in the top lane.
Yeah, Yuragi made a mistake, right? You're a Morphling. You can go and kill a camp if need be, but you probably thought that they cannot kill you, right? Because they don't have any burst damage, shouldn't be able to surprise you. The thing is, they have damage, period, and just enough of it to kill you.
Do find the kill. He's brought down. Gold advantage, still not really definitely in favor of one team or the other. The one big problem, though, is that just Yuragi Morphling not finding the net worth that he needs in this game. Genuinely struggling. And his team can open up space for him later, but now there's a bit more pressure on Sanctity to make these moves. Thank God for him that he's winning this mid lane as hard as he is.
Yuragi? What was that? He's gonna get smacked a bit. It probably won't die, but... Okay, he's fine.
Yuragi, between Yuragi and Lol, I think we're putting extra years on Harry's life here, guys. Play some regular Dota, please. I need my man for the whole weekend.
I'm here. Don't worry. The thing is, I hold them in high regard, and when I see something basic, it hurts. Boom. Well, this hurts as well.
They don't have the damage to actually finish him off, though. It is a Centaur. He still had the 4 magic 6-star chargers. He's okay. Bro, he's got triple bracer chainmail. It's 7 minutes and he has 1600 HP. Tell me how this was balanced.
Well, because he has very low armor. So that, he needs that even with the chainmail. He only has 6 armor, which is pretty much what the storm starts off with. 1 less, but basically the same thing. They saw the Pango. They know he's rotating. This rotation isn't really going to give them anything.
This is the observer ward that was placed. They placed an observer in its exact location at the beginning of the game. And then Miposhka came back to refresh it when the duration was ending. So they are hyper concerned about making sure that they could scout any of these movements from the Pango.
And the thing is that Luna is the easiest hero to bring down, and why wouldn't you rotate towards that lane? You don't really want to go towards your Morphling, where he's not going to be contributing all that much, plus Kunkka is hard to bring down. But Sniper, pretty easy kill as well.
Some free gold. Got the swashbuckle, that'll secure it for us. So, nice, quick, easy pick off here. We're not going to really be able to siege the tower all that much, but at the very least, that big move from Sanctity doesn't end up being a waste of time.
They're
gonna go again.
He does have a shield rune, right? So he can go pretty deep. This is a dive that you can go for, and they expected there was some vision on the bottom lane. This smoke is very fast.
Yeah. Luna trying to come back into a safe position. She's sitting underneath the tower. They do see her now. They even have this observer ward that scouts the vision, but it's kind of hard to dive her in the position she's at the moment. Sanctity triggers out the roll, goes in onto the Treant Protector. Help is indeed coming. It is this Kunkka that's here, looking for somebody to X back. Hasn't found a viable target just yet. Sniper, in the meantime, got himself onto Puppy. Puppy grabs the Stampede, is able to get himself away. The question is, can he TP out in time? Miposhka has Nature's Grasp available. If they get the vision, they should kill him, but they don't find it. He's good.
Yeah, that's cool for Navi, right? Because you force out some rotations, Yuragi is farming. As long as you are making the enemies react to what you're doing and then capitalizing on it with even just a little bit of farm or some damage to the towers, you're going to be happy.
King Satanic gets to keep farming mid lane. The supports have now joined in with Laurel. They want to try and bring down Sanctity on this Pangolier. They know that the Rolling Thunder is down. They saw it committed in the bottom lane. But they still don't have enough to fully kill him off. Laurel diving in, looking for more. Blood Grenade will be there. Even Satanic joining in and committing the Eclipse. It is heavy commitment, but they do succeed in finding that kill on the Pango.
What a good read. Right, this is what Team Spirit have always been good at. We also mentioned it yesterday by understanding when they need to commit and then without hesitancy going forward. Versus a Pango with the shield rune, and I think when they started going on him, he had like 12 wand charges, and you still get the kill. You need to go there believing that that can happen. Because I really, from my perspective, it looked like an unkillable hero, but Eclipse is enough.
Yep, and we are at the stage of the game where Satanic's not really trying to be involved in big team fights anyway. So committing it to pick up a kill like that, he'll certainly take it any day of the week.
Sure. Still, Navi are the ones pressuring. Navi are the ones controlling the movements on the map. Even though Spirit are recognizing when they have an opening better, Navi are moving around and having an idea of how to pressure more so than Spirit at the moment.
Spirit looks like they're going to have to sack this bottom tower. Siege Wagon pushing into it. Yuragi is here as well. Malik will come in for some cleanup. And they even bring in the additional support of Lal. In case somebody showed in this area, could have dove on top of them. But now V force another big reaction coming out of Team Spirit here.
Yep, as we mentioned, movements of Navi pretty decent. The problem is that they have damage issues, and when we saw the Pango, we knew that that was going to be the case. So they can't really capitalize on the enemy heroes being left all alone.
Spirit gonna smoke up Malik, going with Miposhka. They would ideally love to kill off Sanctity yet again. They already have sniper position middle and the Storm Spirit, but you see the way the Pango is at. He's somewhat deep inside the jungle, but he's coming back now. This is the perfect timing. He's underneath an observer ward as well. They know exactly what's up. Will they be able to find him? How patient can they be? Look at this wraparound from Malik and Miposhka. They see Sanctity now. Miposhka goes in, sets things up with the overgrowth. The boat crashes through as well, and Sanctity, the first casualty of this fight. The Dark Willow doing her best to escape with the Shadow Realm, but it's not going to help. They pick up the Pango. They get the interest on the Dark Willow. Now they secure the tier 1 tower as well. Team Spirit, what a move, what a smoke, and what patience from Miposhka.
And that just comes down to it. Navi, they force out so many rotations, but they cannot capitalize on them because they don't have what to do so. They don't have anything to secure them kills. So then, Spirit, after these rotations, when they get an opening for a smoke, when they get an opening for a move, it's much easier for them to make something happen from it.
Certainly is the case. Now all the net worth is in favor of Team Spirit. Down bottom, boom, definitely going to end up dead. They jump on top of him. The Terrorize is quite nice, landing on the 3, but it will not matter. He is already dead. And this tier 1 tower, they've been protecting it for so damn long. Now we have been beating their heads on this lane, but unable to find any progression on the side of the map.
Poppy? He's baiting, but will he survive long enough?
That's the question. He does have the song.
Nice.
He sets it up. Unfortunately, Zayax already committed the Terrorize, but they do have Bedlam if they want to use it. Yuragi is here. Here comes the Pangolier as well. Bedlam out onto Laurel. Laurel dies. brought down by Zayax, and the swashbuckle into the Rolling Thunder will be coming in onto this Luna. They even popped a stampede, but Satanic, he dodges the stuns from the Pango, won't be able to keep that up forever. And at some point, they will find him, they will surround him, and they kill him is the question, because the Lucent Beam brings down the Pangolier. Luna does eventually die, but so far it's a very heavy commitment. What more can they get? Satanic would have loved to be here to contribute more damage, but now he cannot. Sniper, also in danger, waveform forward from Yuragi, gets himself a double. Now he picks up the tower at last. Na'Vi, they say, well, if we can't get this tower with 2-3 heroes, let's just bring the whole damn team. And then they have no choice but to sacrifice the building.
That fight started off with a mistake from Laurel. He didn't go for the pull onto the Naga Siren. He wanted to wait for him to get into the animation of the song, and then he didn't get it out. And without the Electric Vortex, they couldn't kill the Naga. The sleep comes out. You already lost a ton of your mana, and Na'Vi can position themselves better. It saves the life of the Pango, who barely survives and then goes for the Rolling Thunder, and then everything from there goes to hell. What happened there is that Na'Vi out-sustained Team Spirit. At the time, the damage will kick in, because Team Spirit's heroes are not necessarily tanky, right? Unless they're drenched in rum from the Kunkka.
Speaking of the Kunkka, I think he just came across Boom slightly there, but neither of them really want this fight. That being said, Boom is getting allies coming in towards him. While they're pushing top with Miposhka, Boom has the vision now, sees Malik, Yuragi is here, Puppy is here. But there's no blink dagger on Boom, so they can't really catch out this Kunkka.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what's going on in the bottom lane so that his teammates can open up the map on the top lane.
On the top lane, look at this. Puppy, one next to the trees. Satanic is on him with the damage. Will they be able to kill this Nalgasai? No, they cannot. Treant Protector, though, dies on the high ground. Has committed the overgrowth, but Sanctity just showed up with the Rolling Thunder, trying to lead in onto Laurel. Laurel manages to get out. Ru, though, will not be so lucky. He's trying and skirts his way out with the sniper. Those little legs have a little bit more movement speed than you would expect. And he's A-OK. Only one casualty in an entire fracas in the top lane.
One of those moments where, like, how is he running this fast? Just like a hippo. When you see those things running, you really cannot believe it's possible. But in the end, Spirit still secure themselves a tower. It is going to be denied, but still, the objective that they came for has been taken. And for it, you only lost the Treant Protector. I don't think they're going to be too mad.
Mid lane. I'm gonna at least try to go for a kill onto Zayax here. Puppy doesn't have this. He does have the song. Got it back just a second. Terrorize was utilized. Zayax very low on the HP, and they should be able to kill him. Puppy's like, sorry brother, you understand. I need the song for a more important hero.
Yeah, if you go for this one, you're just saving one hero, you're not setting up a fight or anything, so you just want to let it go. If it was your teammates in the vicinity with the Rolling Thunder available, maybe they even decide to attempt to go for it. Also, one big thing is coming fairly soon. It's going to be the pipe on the Centaur. I was thinking about getting a blink on Root, but the idea of Na'Vi is out-sustain Spirit, and considering that Spirits are mostly magical damage in the early stages of the game, they might just be able to do it, and then the Morphling damage will kick in. Yuragi does pack a punch. Problem, of course, lies in the fact that you have lost both your tier 1s, the top and the mid lane. So setting up a fight where the Morphling can join will be the hard part.
And speaking of the sustain, I wouldn't even be too surprised if we saw the Naga rush their shard this game. Get that additional heal going for the squad.
Nagas are greedy. He's gonna wait for the first Tormentor. Then, if it doesn't go his way, maybe he buys it.
How's our boy Satanic doing here? Has the Manta, has the Mask of Madness, building himself into the BKB. BKB does feel super solid, because it's going to be a while before they have the Ensnare being able to go through with the Aghanim Scepter, so you'll feel very mobile in these fights. Top lane, speaking of fights, one has just broken out. They've killed off Zayax already. Now with the song, they're potentially setting up for a bigger play here. Luna is in the vicinity. She has access to the Eclipse. Assassinate already went out onto Yuragi, but here in Sanctity, the Rolling Thunder breaks up the team fight, enables the Stampede to get everybody else away. And he's trying to get out, but he got X back by Malik, but he does not end up dead. The duration of the Rolling Thunder just good enough to keep him alive.
Oh, I thought they had him there, right? But just barely. As you mentioned, he gets out of it. Still, no song, no Rolling Thunder, no Stampede. Team Spirit can do whatever the hell they want.
And they didn't connect the Eclipse either, so they still have this massive output of damage in their team. They still have Coco Rum Ghost Ship as well. That is good.
And also you can see right now, Spirit, they don't necessarily have the greatest catch before the Storm feels confident going in. So what they're doing is shoving in all three of the lanes. So they are deciding to apply pressure and force Navi into a bad fight rather than forcing it themselves.
Gold lead only 2k in favor of Team Spirit. Top net worth for Navi is the Centaur for now, but Morphling had a terrible start to the game, but will eventually catch up. Building into the Manta style, practically has it available.
Once he gets the courier, he'll get the Manta as well. So it's gonna be there soon.
Lots of these Radiant heroes are playing around the top map. I think they want to be able to secure this tier 2 tower as soon as humanly possible. And they're playing around this ward, hoping that somebody wanders into a bad position, but looks like Na'Vi is reading this play. They've all decided to retreat from top, corralling around middle, and they're even sending in the puppy illusions just to scout out for potential threats in the jungle.
Yeah, but Na'Vi are still pushed back, right? If you look at it, they're constantly controlling maybe 40% of the map, if not even less. And it is allowing Spirit to do whatever the hell they want. But that's because it's nighttime. The second the daytime comes, they will smoke. And they're even smoking 5 seconds earlier. Beautiful.
Don't have the Blink Dagger just yet from Boom, but we do have the Stampede. Don't have Song for a while, so that could be a problem. Now, Malik, he gets found in the river here. Reel in onto the high ground. They've got him. Surrounding him with all of these heroes. The stuns are out. But the question is, can they have enough damage to actually kill him? This Punker is so tanky. He's still alive right now. And now the Rolling Thunder is finished. They might have to leave. Coco Rum being applied through the Ghost Ship. And here goes Satanic coming in with the Eclipse, looking to bring down some of these targets. They have a Stampede, and they drag them, all the heroes out, and now all of a sudden Satanic isolated on the high ground, terrorized, send him back, and the right clicks from Yuragi bring him down, and the chase is on now from the rest of Na'Vi. X marks the spot from Yuragi. He stole the Kunka's form. Puppy also gets the song in, setting up for Boom for a 3-hero Wolfstorm. He's gonna focus instead just onto Laurel. They want the Storm Spirit, but they're not gonna get him. Malik read the play, threw the torrents out, and they didn't stun the Kunka. So somehow none of them actually end up dead. The tier 1 tower does fall. And they're still chasing for Malik. Forced off from the sniper, pushes him away, but they drag him in with the ensnare, and finally, this Kunka will die. A very bizarre fight here, Harry 3K. It took like 2 minutes of constant scrapping, but somehow only 2 heroes end up dead.
You can see that generally Spirit are not too eager to fight because their main damage dealer, the Luna, cannot commit until he has a BKB. There's just so many things to be careful of. The Hoof Stomp, the damage from the Morphling, the Dark Willow Terrorize, so many things that are going to be keeping you in place. And then they were hesitant, should we go? Oh, the Kunkka is surviving for so long, they're using their spells, let's do it. And this time around, that no hesitancy policy from Team Spirit, it will cost them. But once they have the BKB on the Luna, we could see a bit of a different fight.
What do you make of them deciding like not to get the multi-hero stomp from Boom and just like chain focusing Laurel instead?
If you kill Laurel, you run everybody else down. I think that was the idea, and they don't necessarily have huge AoE damage, right? Shield Crash, Swashbuckle, and that Hoof Stomp, that's about it. The Morphling is more single target oriented, so you were going for the big ones. That was the idea.
All right. Ah, there we go. Puppy gets himself a free shot, baby. Nice. So now we have that massive heal coming in for the fights. At the same time, though, BKB did just emerge for Satanic, so we have this Luna capable of actually showing up to the fights and not feeling like it's a suicidal play.
They're probably Spirit gonna be waiting for nighttime and then attempting the Roche. I think that's a very smart move to go for. They don't have the best damage for it, but if they would smoke and get a fight around the top lane, it would be great. You can already see that they're placing some vision there, and we'll see if Na'Vi and in what way they respond. The best way is to put a defensive ward in your big jungle so that you do not get caught, but still control some area so that you can smoke if the enemies try to force it.
Aghanim Scepter was just picked up by the Pangolier, so he also has much more impact in these fights in the damage department.
Miposhka being a nuisance. Something that the Treant Protectors know how to do quite well.
Another big item just emerged. We just got BKB for the Storm Spirit, so Lal, I think, probably feels ready to fight right now. He's probably going to come through the Twin Gate, and then we'll see if they decide to smoke up and make something happen as a crew.
Arcane Rune, you know, you want to force out this fight as much as possible at this moment.
They do have this Observer Ward for Na'Vi, scouting out some of these moves that are happening around the Twin Gate, but they actually decide to cancel the move. Lal will stick to the top lane. Maybe they're going to have him stick around until Roshan
Na'Vi are not canceling the move. Look at them. They want to go.
Yuragi just picked up BKB as well on this Morphling. So he's certainly feeling really, really strong about approaching this engagement. And there's the 4-hero smoke. They don't have the Centaur with them, but he's the one that's debating, making it seem like this move isn't really taking place. They only see Miposhka though with this Observer Ward, so it'll be an easy kill, but certainly not what you wanted out of the 4-hero smoke, unless you grab the Roshan immediately afterwards.
That's the idea. I think that's what they're going for. They understand that nighttime is coming. This is perfect if they can get it down. 20 seconds with an AD rune. Lucky shot and Morphling. I think they got it. Beautiful.
Well done, Na'Vi, baby. Get yourself the Aegis into the hands of Yuragi. This Morphling now might not command their net worth lead on the map, but certainly is the strongest hero upon it right now.
Most definitely, right? Especially with the Aegis. It is the type of hero that likes having it. Sometimes the problem is, of course, if you're morphing a little bit too much into strength, that when you come back, you are going to be needing a couple of seconds to come back to full force. But either way, it just feels like a bad target for Spirit overall.
Yeah. They're going to decide to leverage the power of that Aegis and threaten this tier 2 tower bottom. Boom's already been pushing out the wave. He's also just finished up a Blink Dagger. It's flying in as we speak, so you have the initiation to... Oh no, actually he skipped it. Never mind. Going for the Shivas first. Okay. Lal has BKB, thinking about re-engaging this fight. Morphling, he's the one that posted up. Very bad person to go on. They're going to X him just to harass him a little bit. They don't really want to make this jump. Lal looking to wrap around a bit more, find some of these targets on the backlines, but the supports, Puppey and Zayax, positioned so well here, Harry, making sure they are in no location to get jumped on.
They did force out a rotation from Team Spirit, and that Luna still doesn't have level 20. That is what you're gunning for, level 20 Kanda. But I have to say here, Snare, Na'Vi, I think they're out of the trenches, right? The early stages of the game was when they were going to be struggling in the damage department. That is no longer the case. I'd say they're quite happy with the state of the game currently, even though the timing of the double BKBs, double 9 seconds of Team Spirit is here. They cannot fight and they feel it.
Morphling is also not that far away from having a Kanda of his own. And then at that point, damage issues are a thing of the past. Oh boy. This is not easy. One thing I like as well is I'm very glad that, you know, Boom, it's nice he's going for Blink. I wish he had one, but the Shiva's got as well. It's going to make such a big difference. Yuragi diving forward in the top side of the map, looking for Ru, who's hiding in these trees, trying to get away from Yuragi. Yuragi in the Storm Spirit form, just getting some vision with these... that's so funny. Ru actually did it. Oh my god, Ru, what a mad lad. Get past all of the remnants. Managed to dodge all of the movement and still surviving in the end.
Cheeky play from Yuragi, right? He sent one of his illusions and the real hero towards the top lane, and he wanted to surprise the opponent. The thing is, it's still nighttime, and the sniper is going to be having an advantage in the vision department. Plus, this shard allows him to outplay the enemy. Also, beautiful spot to TP out from. That was just something else.
Yeah, get this man signed to a Nike contract right now, man. I need the shoe deal that he's got going. Super sick jukes. Well, diving far past these heroes, going on to Puppey, and wow! Puppey getting blown up on the Naga Siren, way too much damage coming in from this Kanda Luna. That did cost a BKB charge on Luna and the Storm Spirit. I don't know if that's actually worth it in the end here. Boom, thinking about running forward. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but so tanky at the moment that he can still afford to play super greedy in that fashion. Just post up, he knows they have to run away from him.
Ooh, Spirit are starting to panic that sure, Storm BKB is okay, but the second that the Luna BKB gets used, Navi just bailed. They understand that they want that engagement. You want these BKBs to go low, and if that does happen at some point, the Morphling will be doing massive amounts of damage, and the Rolling Thunder will be too disruptive for Spirit to deal with.
They're coming towards middle, hoping to maybe pick off Boom here. Miposhka right behind him. Malik gonna try and set up with some spells. Blade Mail is committed. Boom is still so tanky. Pipe coming back off cooldown, still has a Shivas to go, and they're like, guys, do we really want to do this? Probably not, we gotta let him go.
So Laurel is thinking about an axe. When you have a Luna in your team, the AoE damage could be insane, so I can get behind it. And yeah, okay, I can get behind this as well. King is going for a Daedalus. That is the way to go. They definitely talked about which items would go well together between the two of them.
Also gonna set up quite nicely for Malik. Much easier to land your trio of spells under those conditions. But the question is, does he get there in time? Because Na'Vi, playing with this Aegis, they look like they want to claim some real estate on the map. They marinated the tier 2 tower bottom, but they're really coming in full force for this tier 2 in the mid lane. And yet again, Puppey and Zayax positioned super well. Gonna be quite difficult to find these two supports and bring them down before an engagement starts.
This is the thing though, Na'Vi got the Aegis just before the nighttime came, right? So all the duration of your Aegis was during nighttime, making it uncomfortable to push tier 2s.
Aegis does not expire, Puppey. Can he see Miposhka? Oh, Miposhka. These are Team Spirit heroes, man. Just juking for days here. Miposhka managing to survive. But with this wave, they would love to finish this tower. But they're feeling a little bit shy about it without having the Aegis anymore.
It's a nice thing from Spirit what they managed to do, but I think Na'Vi should feel more confident about this push just because it's daytime and you have better vision. But alas, they decide against it. I think the read is still good, right? Because the Morphling should outcarry the Luna throughout the game.
Luna is still the most farmed hero on the map, but Morphling, a couple hundred gold away from having that full Kanda. Then we're really going to see some spikes in his damage output. We do see now Storm Spirit, lol, just zipping past these heroes. You know, this game we have 21 kills overall. With how many close calls there have been, this could easily have been like a 30-game extravaganza, but everybody just surviving on the sliver of HP, escaping at the very last moment, dodging last-second stuns. It's been a very close affair.
Doesn't feel like a snooze fest, and when you look at the kills, you might feel that you might think that that's the case. The thing is, the tension has been high for the majority of this game. It's just that nobody's dying. Even in team fights, the team fights are super long without a single hero taken down.
Looks like Luna's gonna change her mind about going for that Daedalus. She's opting for the butterfly instead. She's saying, well, the Morphling doesn't have MKB. If I have BKB, I have a much better chance of surviving the heads-up fight against them.
I'm fine with this. It's because he is the one that gets buffed up more. So I think he is itemizing so that he can stand his ground versus a Morphling. And with the Butterfly Satanic, you most definitely will be able to do so, especially when you get buffed up by the Rum, a Living Armor, and later on by Storm Shard as well.
Some dire heroes in the Radiant Triangle. They see the Luna. Thinking about making a play here onto some of these heroes. They're going onto the Luna, Rolling Thunder connects onto her. And here comes Yuragi. Morphling wants to right-click damage out, forcing her to pop BKB and run the hell away. In the meantime, Lol on the back edge of the fight, looking towards Puppey, wants to kill the Naga Siren. He does do so. Even through the song, the BKB provides the protection. Team Spirit have a numerical advantage, but they expended all of the mana on the Storm to do that, so they can't really keep this fight going. And now look, Ru is on the high ground, gets chased in by the Morphling, who uses the Kanda and the stolen Lucid Beam to get out the damage and kill off the sniper. So 1-for-1 trade at the moment.
It's hard to escape.
Let's see what they can do here. Miposhka surrounded by Sanctity and Boom, killed off by Yuragi. That's a Morphling with a double. In a very strange fight that ended up starting off on the high ground, Na'Vi do eventually emerge victorious. A 2-1 trade and potentially the tier 2 middle.
Yep. In the end, only supports have been dying. It's just that everybody recognizes that killing the cores is gonna be tough. That's why I was leaning towards that Daedalus, thinking that King just wants to burst people down, but the idea is to stand his ground in a fight. Butterfly is solid, but you might be needing that Satanic as well, and that is where where this becomes a problem, that it takes too long for you to feel confident, meaning the next Roche probably will be going to Navi.
Part of the problem with the Satanic, though, is they already have a Shiva's God on the enemy team, and Satanic is building, or Yuragi, excuse me, is building Skadi. So a lot of the value you're going to get from that lifesteal has already been addressed by Navi.
That is true. That is true. So if the Morphling does do a decent amount of damage onto you, healing back is going to be hard. But you do have a Butterfly, so my guess is that he's not going to be falling super low and relying to getting healed from 0 to 100 with the Satanic, but he just wants to keep himself kind of healthy, so it's fine.
Long zip from Laurel.
Whoa.
Okay, man. Kanda Lucent Beam, the level 20 talent. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Luna can hurt you.
You should go Roche. Okay, the scan is there. They know their enemies are in the position, but that's why Kunkka is rotating, right? If he gets a good torrent on the high ground, you can go through the twin gates.
We also have 15 seconds until we have access to the song again.
They're coming.
Can they come through fast enough? Can they do this?
I'll send the
Korea
courier.
gets sent through first to provide the vision, and that will let them know that Team Spirit is trying to set up for this, but how do they get this done? Also, Roshan is going to be making a move back in the opposite direction soon, and look at me, Poshka just gets blown to smithereens here. Navi, can they finish it in the next 6 seconds? Yes, they can. Morphling, more than enough damage. And that's twice in the game right now, Harry, that they've made the move just before Roshan is going to be making the trip through the gate and forcing Team Spirit into a bad position, unable to really counter the Roshan attempt.
I expected Malik to go there, right? Because we've seen multiple times in this game that killing the Kunkka is not the easiest endeavor, even if he doesn't get the boat off just because of the Admiral's drum. And Malik decides not to attempt that. I think if he comes over, the enemies respond to him. It opens up the possibility of going through the twin gates. I guess this was the safer choice, but enemies now have the Aegis, so your tier 2s are definitely gone.
Aegis and Ascadi gets delivered to the Morphling. Click on this Morphling. My man's is right now dealing 400 damage a hit. Seems fair and balanced.
Of course it does. The thing is, there's gonna be missing the Luna quite a lot. Luna does have the Butterfly, so 35% evasion, it does help. And Satanic is done as well on him, so not too bad. Luna is also approaching level 24 once he's 25. That's the great timing that Spirit might be relying on.
Navi, though, not willing to wait, sit back and let them reach their timing uninhibited. They're gonna smoke up, hoping to catch some of these Spirit heroes, but Spirit all playing very safe positions right now. Some are inside the base, they're pushing out bottom. Even the Laurel Storm Spirit has vacated the ancient area. So it doesn't seem like this move is actually gonna accomplish much for Navi, sadly.
Yeah, they're gonna try just to get the last outer tower. I think that's the smart move. The thing is, this game is very hard to end for Navi. They are getting the Aegis every single time during nighttime, so they can't go forward too much. Team Spirit, they lose the Aegis just before nighttime. So both of the teams are trying to get a perfect moment, and it's just not working out just yet.
Poshka does see Yuragi. Rolling Thunder comes in from Sanctity, reaching towards the back end of the fight. Hasn't stunned up anybody just yet, as Yuragi throwing in the right-click damage onto Satanic. A lot of these are being missed, however, as Boom now finally bringing in the Blink Dagger. They're going on the Kunkka. Kunkka is still alive, as Laurel now coming in with his BKB active. Satanic throws out the Eclipse as well, and they kill off Puppy. He's the first one taken from the fight. But the BKB of the Luna, it's expiring, it's finished now. At the same time, Yuragi, he gets killed. A nice dodge of the Terrorize using the Manta style that allows this Luna to keep dishing out the damage. Sniper blinking away, they kill off Centaur. Next to 4 will be Sanctity. And Yuragi can stand against the whole world. Storm is returning to the fray, ensuring that they have the disables, ensuring that they have the damage, and ensuring that they get a 4-5 hero wipe with a triple kill for Satanic.
I think this Morphling is going to be queuing up an MKB very soon because they can't do anything to the Luna. This Luna is now level 25, and the item choices from Satanic, they seem to have worked out. The idea was make sure that you can stay in a fight for long. Make sure that you don't have to BKB or Manta early. And that is why they won the fight. First, he doesn't use the BKB early on in the fight. He takes so many hits, the run buff protects him. Then when things become problematic, pops the BKB. And then it tends, okay, now we're gonna terrorize, kill him. Dodges it with the Manta and wins the fight. King is the MVP of that fight. MVP of this game if they win it.
Yep. He dealt 12,000 damage in that single engagement. Now here they are. You were the ones fighting into them with an Aegis. That's why Luna's such a dangerous hero. You have Aegis. She says, sure, buddy. We kill you and we're still the ones pushing into your base.
That Morphin did queue up the MKB now. And it is going to be a long time before he can have it.
Tier 3 tower falling. Look at these slaves bouncing. Almost just straight up killed the Dark Willow. Boom. Jumping in with the Shiva's Guard. They do find the stun onto Satanic. The Terrorize now is there, but they have some of these 4-stars to get him away. Reel in from Poppy, ensuring that he stays close by. He pops at Satanic now with the Eclipse, regaining all of this lost HP. And now he needs to leave though, because Yuragi is coming. Yuragi is mad. And Yuragi will help to get the kill. Sanctity credited with that one, ending the mega kill streak. Did he just earn 2,000 gold for that kill? What?
Oh, I mean, you killed the most farm hero on the map by far. He has 5,000 gold more than the Morphling. The thing is, he doesn't have a buyback. And this was his own fault. When he popped the BKB in the Satanic and didn't get all that much HP back, he should have instantly TP'd out. But he continued running towards the tier 4s, despite the Morphling coming back in just a couple of seconds. Satanic, after a perfectly executed fight, where he did so many things right, now he makes the most rookie move of them all, running forward towards the enemies and knowing that he cannot get the connection.
You know, people talk about this kid a lot as a reimagining of Yatoro. That right there, that was a classic Harvos play, bro. He's bringing back the classics for that one. Oh boy. Now, 43 seconds without the Luna available. Tier 3 tower, the obedient to Aghanim Scepter from the Storm, setting things up, but there's no follow-up without this Luna. They just don't have the damage. She is all the damage in the middle of these fights.
It's gonna be another Storm Zip.
To be fair, it's not the easiest push in the world, like you mentioned earlier. You have to deal with Sniper, the Storm zipping in and out, Kunkka spells, as well as the Treant Protector. Speaking of, Storm zipping back, trying to find Poppy, but not going to be able to do so. Malik, in the meantime, surrounded by these cores of Na'Vi. They can't kill him either. Coco Rum putting in the work there. And Na'Vi realize with 5 seconds left for Luna to return, it is time to dip out. They claim the tier 3 tower. It is something. And on the bright side, I just realized something. Normally, you're super scared as this draft against Luna. What happens if she pushes into our base? If they can steal the Luna form, Yuragi can do the same degree of damage onto the buildings through middle.
And the thing is, while the Luna is alive and you're stealing that form, that he is probably pushing you out. So that's we'll see how much that works. If he does turn into the Luna and then kills her, yeah, most definitely. But overall, Spirit are going for a smoke. The reason for this is because they saw the Aeon Disc on Puppy, and it is a problem for them overall. And now they know that it is on cooldown, so they want to catch the enemies off guard.
Aeon Disc is on cooldown, so is the BKB of Yuragi. If there's any time that you're going to feel confident to try to do something, it would be now. Unfortunately, Na'Vi also fully aware of this. They retreat, they play safe, and they wait for these critical items to come back off cooldown.
Oh, they're going for the push. He baits them on the illusion. Cool play from King.
You don't have buyback in this situation. As Sanctity goes on top of him, they find the stun. There's a Terrorize too. Forced off will be there for now. Sanctity interrupting the back lines, but haven't really been able to put anybody in mortal danger. So that was a usage of a Rolling Thunder committed. Stampede is coming back in a second. I don't know if Team want to still stick around for this one. Look at Satanic, he's so low on the HP. Lol goes in, doesn't find anybody to zip and get the stun onto immediately. King did steal some life steal with the Satanic. They got the range racks, I think they should leave. It's probably enough for now, guys.
I don't necessarily like this. Look at the side lanes. Right now, they've opened up a possible move for Na'Vi immediately. Right? Usually those smokes that you go for, if they don't work out, you push the enemies into their base, you shove out the waves, and you know that with deep vision, you might be able to catch them off guard. Na'Vi also don't have a gem at the moment, so they wouldn't have been able to take care of that vision. Now with these waves, even though you have aggressive vision, the ability to use them is non-existent.
It's a 5k net worth lead for Team Spirit as Na'Vi, they smoke into them. The big man is going to be respawning in 2 minutes. A fairly long respawn timer.
Dire side
See what you
Osh.
can find this fight.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, everybody wants to fight right now. They got a Parasma out onto the Storm Spirit, so Lau also feeling like he can dish out this right-click damage. And guess who they find first? It is the Luna. This is the worst-case scenario. Can they kill her before she gets off the Titanic? No, they cannot. The Coco Ram with the boat allows her to get off the Titanic. They instantly turn towards these heroes. They decimate them in this fight. This Luna is just too strong right now. Daedalus, Butterfly, Satanic, and especially the Coco Ram, ensuring that she can stand and deliver another fight in this game where she does 11,000 damage.
Yeah, it's a one-man show for sure, right? Sure, you have the Grog Blossom, and the Admiral's Drum, of course, from the boat as well. Those two things are keeping King alive, but he's the one doing all the good stuff, right? It was his item choices, his positioning, his understanding, spell usage, item usage in this game that got him to where he is.
He was on like 400 HP, so close. If they had that MKB available on the Morphling, he would have been dead right now, but they do not. Now all of a sudden, here they are, looking to take down this bottom lane of Rax. Tier 3 tower close to falling. Xayah. Woo!
Shot.
That was painful, and they had to commit the song just to say Xayah. So now we don't have song for another 130 seconds. How do we defend without it?
Droning it. Is it safer to just go for Roche now? I think so, right? Because it is going to be a nighttime Roche.
Did you see how it happened to Puppy? One Lucent Beam brought him down to 10% HP. Oh my goodness. They're actually maybe going onto this Luna, but she has Satanic and the BKB. Satanic, though, has been utilized. She hasn't been able to get the right clicks out, and now here she turns around with the BKB active. Can they bring down Boom? Ragi is there as well, stole the Luna form, but not feeling strong enough or confident enough to close in onto her. But she got caught in a bramble. She doesn't have any of her big items. Now they catch her and they kill her. Storm Spirit caught inside the ensnare. We do have access to this. And as the BKB ends, he's held in position, trying to get himself out. The mid lane, we have a kill onto the sniper. Yuragi waveformed in for the double, looking towards getting this Kunkka as well, who's been trapped in by the ensnare of Puppy.
He's so
tanking all of this damage. He's gonna eventually end up dead though, as the Morphling finds the adapter strike, a triple with the Conda. And there are 2 lanes of Rax behind, but they did manage to take a pretty massive fight in favor of Na'Vi.
And the thing is that Na'Vi didn't use the Morphling buyback, right? So now they have it, and they're going for the Roche. Team Spirit stayed in the base a little bit long. The second they saw the glyph should have been the second that you run away. Sure, Na'Vi, they will try to poke you to make you stay, but you need to understand that getting out is of the utmost priority. Give a support, give a big cooldown, and get yourself out. But now, with this Roche, Na'Vi still has a chance to win the game.
We need Puppy to be here though, because he's carrying the gem, and Neposhka is shadowing around this Morphling. Lol, maybe you could try for some hero steal, but without the BKB being ready, definitely would cost him his life if you tried it. So you just have to give up this Aegis. They're maybe giving away the Aghanim Scepter as well towards Na'Vi. And at this stage of the game, who do you think they should put this on? Do we put this onto Puppy, just so we have the BKB piercing snare?
Maybe? A Morphling? Please. Maybe Morphling and he makes a Luna illusion?
He's still keeping it. Just really thinking about it.
I think you give it to Zayats, maybe. He doesn't really have any right-click items, though.
And I suppose having that, we've seen how close they've come to killing like a Luna or a Kunkka. Maybe having that additional piece of damage could help as well.
I wouldn't hate it, right? Because you are getting to a point where you might have to stay in your base despite having the Aegis. So, who got it? It's the it's the Dark Willow. Okay.
I would have preferred one of the supports. Zax for the damage, Puppy if they feel that they still need more control over the Storm Spirit. But either
He
way,
instantly changed his item choice, right, to a Dragon Lance. He was thinking about a Hex just before this, and now it's gonna be different. I like it.
It's a 9k gold lead for Team Spirit. And although Gaben says there's a 71% win probability in Spirit's favor, it's also starting to tick favorably for Na'Vi. They are on the come up. It is now 70-30 actually.
This is not an easy game for Spirit to win. Not by any means. You need to try to utilize this fact that your lanes are always shoving in. Play in the top lane with the vision, with the gem, and keep tabs on when their enemies are at. Dodge the fights, but they are... It feels like Spirit won a fight. Okay, if you see the Pango on the bottom lane, you can engage.
The question is where they're going to try and engage, onto Pango, onto these heroes. They're going to try and catch him as he's making his way towards his
Beautiful.
team. They find him, they see him. Sanctity,
Ninja
does he
gear.
blink away? No, he does not. They should be able to bring him down here. It does get off the roll, but it will not matter. He dies nonetheless. 80 seconds with buyback available. Puppey triggers the song. It
Beautiful.
catches the Storm Spirit. Will they be able to get the surround play here? The rest of the gang of Team Spirit also caught in position. Laurel does not have access to his BKB anymore. Do they have the damage? And Luna coming in though, providing assistance, just rationing them down. They do eventually get the kill onto Storm, but hashtag work for them. Morphling coming back on life number 2. There's no more BKB available on the Luna. She does still have Satanic though. She's in the river all by her lonesome. She gets stunned up by Boom. They go back onto her. She is dead. In the grave, forced into buying back. Kunkka now getting surrounded himself as well, and he gets killed off. Laurel with his buyback was not able to accomplish much in this fight. And Na'Vi take yet another engagement. Yeah, they end up in a situation where they lose the Pango, they lose the Centaur, but what a big play from them, and forcing the buybacks from both Luna and the Storm Spirit here.
Whoa, Luna has an axe. That Storm is just gonna go in and everybody's gonna start dying. But I think Laurel there, when he bought back, he TP'd to the outpost and he started walking towards that fight. And he was slightly late just because of it. If he was there instantly to pull them once they start committing onto the Luna, we see a completely different engagement. So unfortunately, he gets caught there. But that was so cool from Team Spirit. The way that they killed the Pango, the way that they forced out the Aeon Disc, the sleep, everything coming out, but then you fight in the river. You fight in the river next to 2 edges, and the Pango just bounces around and kills your Luna. That is just, I guess, a positioning problem. That is where they found the Pango. That is where they needed to retreat to, and Na'Vi just found their opening.
Na'Vi now smoke up with the Smurfling. He's just picked up a Swift Blink after this Aegis has expired. We still do see in that fight just how powerful Luna can be in the duration of her BKB. She's dealing insane damage, but the BKB no longer lasts forever. You could get her on a shot or something. And speaking of the BKB, she's forced to use it right now in this mid lane, but it's a BKB down. They did have to commit the Rolling Thunder for this one. The Pangolier should be able to get out to safety. Close call though, somewhat close.
Yep. If the Luna dies there, you commit wholeheartedly because she is... I was about to say 50%, but probably 85% of Spirit's damage. The Storm at this point does pack a punch. Definitely not even close.
Now, Na'Vi, question is, will they wait for the next Aegis? Or do they feel comfortable just pushing out these waves? I mean, this game is crazy, man. There's no gold lead. 51 minutes in. There's basically no kill lead either. Gaben, we're at 60-40, but honestly, this feels 50-50. It feels like one fight determines everything. If Luna dies in that fight, the game is over immediately. If Morphling dies, the game extends, and then hopefully you try to recover your Luna buyback and keep things going further.
There's a nullifier on the Pango. Nothing major to take off, but there are a couple of small things.
Okay, mid lane. Wow! Yuragi! You were mentioning it, the Aghanim Scepter being put onto the Storm Spirit. It almost kills the Morphling. If they had a little bit more, that would be a dead Morph. That's why Puppey had to pop the song. And Puppey might get punished for this one. Both crashes in onto him, but Sanctity creating space, going onto the backline, getting the roll out onto the Luna. She's terrorized right now. She needs to get the hell out of here. Yuragi on top of the Luna. She has BKB in 3 seconds, but she turns with the Satanic. Way too much damage. Yuragi ends up going down. Team Spirit, they've baited them in. Now they want to punish them. How much further can they go? Luna, she pops in. BKB now at the ready, but she needs to leave. Yuragi came in on the other side. Can they have the damage? Yes, they do. 2 minutes in the grave, no buyback. They also catch the sniper for additional interest. And Luna just got overconfident there, overzealous with the chase. Gets super hard punished by the side of Na'Vi. And that could be the game-changing decision, Mary. We might be seeing a GG call in the next few seconds.
Team Spirit and them, Larl?
No, Bramble Maze.
No
There's no
buyback?
buyback on the Storm either. All right, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, now that's it.
Game's over.
But Spirit, what they're not recognizing in this game, that they need the Satanic and their BKBs more than the enemies need their song. And the second that you don't have them is when Navi can just commit like madmen. So now, because of that, because of doing that twice in the 2 decisive fights, you've lost this game.
Boschka buys back, but what really can you accomplish here? All of their damage, most of it, like you mentioned, on the Luna, the rest of it on the Storm Spirit. The remaining heroes don't really do all that much. Kunka doing his best to try and delay proceedings. Boschka throwing in the living armors, but it won't really matter. They are focused completely on the objective. They're going for this Ancient. Yuragi even pops the BKB to ensure this outcome. And Boschka has seen enough. GG, well played, is called. A crazy topsy-turvy game ends with Navi. We don't know if they're back or not, but we know they're capable of winning games. They secure game 1. Team Spirit's final foray in DreamLeague Season 24. If you are a fan of Team Spirit, let us know in chat. If you believe Navi is back, let us know as well. As we get into what promises to be yet another very exciting game. Also, I can't believe that it took this many years for us to be getting Puppy versus Boschka. It feels like there was potential for some years for them to be like going brick for brick in some of these local tournaments in EEU.
Well, Puppy, he was going more for the Western European route, and in the past years it has been a hard route to go through. So, but maybe they did meet on TI 2021 or 2022.
I'm actually gonna go and check like how many times they've actually played against each other.
Because that TI, the Tundra one, Secret was in the final, so maybe they got a head-to-head versus Spirit.
Okay, so they've played 8 times, Team Secret against Team Spirit. Team Spirit won 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. The other 3 were draw, and they've only gotten a victory over Team Spirit once. A 2-0 victory at TI 2021.
Yep. That's cool to know. As we are gonna be hearing the horns of war. I really need to find a horn like that. I don't know if there's a place to buy it, but I'd be happy to blow it every morning to annoy the neighbors.
Bro, if you found a horn like that, that would be the most epic voice line ever.
Yep, just Oh, I remember that football World Cup where everybody was with the, I don't even know what they're called. They're called
vuvuzelas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so many of the international audience hated those things that they ended up being banned in so many international stadiums. And even locally, they don't produce as many of them as they used to. It's very sad. It's quite depressing.
They got ruined for you guys. Yeah, it was Africa, right?
Yeah, 2010 World Cup.
This time
World
for
Cup was so
Africa
lit.
with
exactly,
with
with
Shakira
Shakira.
singing. Yep.
Oh man, you're reminding me of some very good times right now. I'm gonna find a vuvuzela, and that's gonna be my next voice line. I'm ready.
Okay. So you're gonna ruin Dota for us as well.
Yeah, baby.
It's cool.
If I can't win my pubs, none of us are gonna have fun in those pubs either.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these lanes right quick. Right bottom, Shadow Fiend Tusk going up against the Snapfire Kunkka. Man, Snap Kunkka, that's, Shadow Fiend Tusk on paper should be decent, but Snapfire Kunkka just feels like an insurmountable challenge.
Yeah, the thing is, Tusk makes any lane strong, but the SF is an easy hero to bring down, especially with the Kunkka constantly harassing you. And then both the Snapfire and the Kunkka have ways to catch him. So I think because of that, this Yuragi's Shadow Fiend is going to be struggling a bit.
Definitely going to need to put a brave face on and ensure that he does not die. That's the big thing. Just, you can't afford to die in this lane as a Shadow Fiend. He needs to be playing as well as possible. Mid lane, Laurel versus Sanctity. This should be a fairly straightforward lane for the Void Spirit. And my god, right now, Laurel is not just doing... He's working Sanctity. He's upset about the previous game. He wants this W, he wants it bad.
Yeah, Sanctity is the one getting laureled right now. That's the thing, and this is the first time in a long while that I'm seeing the Void Spirit doing so well. Rue, it's fine. You need to be aggressive in this lane if you're Navi. You need to constantly be attacking the Kunkka. If you're just waiting for the Tidebringers to come out over and over again, you'll be in trouble. Yeah, this is how you should do it.
Taking quite a bit of damage right now. Fire Snap Cookie goes on top of him, and with the blood grenade, Rue securing the kill onto Yuragi. We spoke about the aggression of that lane, and unfortunately the Shadow Fiend unable to stop it, and he ends up dead.
It seems that this is obviously not the way that you do it. Maybe go use the shards, double raise, reset. Use the shards, double raise, reset. Okay, that now looks to me like a better approach. Might be too late.
Well, they have to hope that at least the other side of the map is going well. Boom is getting his CS, but they can't really stop Satanic from farming either.
He's getting some. He's not really getting all that much, right? So it's currently Navi are not winning any of the lanes. They're just evening the top one.
Even on top, bottom is not going as great as possible, and mid is just a straight up loss at the moment. Zayax losing quite a lot of his health here. Needs to be careful. Poshka also needs to back off. Infernal Blade will come out, and Poshka will end up dead. Doesn't have a single point into the passive just yet, so there's no way to prevent that damage from coming out.
Yeah, Spirit have been a little bit committing a bit more than what you would expect from this team usually, right? Just running forward towards a hero that has 21 charges and a Fairy Fire where you don't really have any spells to really bring him down is not very Spirit-like. So I think they're still testing the waters.
Poshka returned to the top lane, didn't need to make the trip through middle to refill Lal's bottle. Prioritizing the return on this side. And he actually might, okay, just putting out a ward. What he might want to top him through the Twin Gate, but they're just gonna dive onto Satanic. Windrun will come out. Tusk made his movements and they see him through the Observer Ward. Satanic knows that he's in trouble here. They need some assistance. They're bringing in the Snapfire, and she will be here. Fire Snap Cookie will get the stun out onto this Leshrac. Leshrac can't keep the chase going. He ends up dead, but they found the big prize, bringing down this Wind Ranger. Great move coming in from Na'Vi in that moment.
Rue didn't have mana for a Scatter Blast, so maybe he could have saved Satanic. The reason that he turned there was to line up a possible two-man Cookie. In the end, only one got connected on, but at least you got something in return, right? Because you definitely wouldn't have been able to continue laning with the current state of affairs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
CS department, it's Lal that is leading the charge right now, but the puck has caught up somewhat. Also, I love how you call being dominated in lane being lulled. I'm gonna use that from now on.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened yesterday. Not gonna lie, really didn't look too good. Much better looking today. You know, there's some of the days you wake up and nothing is going your way. That was Laurel yesterday.
Let's see if Lal's going to be able to prevent Sanctity from getting this active rune. He's going to spawn to the top side of the map or not. Dreamcoil actually gets committed, and it's going to be a haste rune to the top lane. Sanctity grabs it, but doesn't necessarily want to make the full chase happen until Puppey arrives, though. Dissimulate will get Lal back up onto the high ground. Very nicely done there. Unfortunate that they don't get any real traction from the support rotations.
Both of the carries are kind of struggling in terms of net worth, but I'd say Na'Vi are okay because the laning stage is ending somewhat even. With the way that the mid lane started, I expected the puck to be struggling even more, but he's even less than 300 gold behind the Void Spirit. One good coil with a solid rotation, you kill him, and the two mid laners are going to be equal.
This puck will have to wait 30 seconds before he can make a move again. But by the time he is ready to make moves, we'll pretty much almost have Doom at the ready in the top side of the map. And they actually just straight up bring in Yoragi. Gonna come in through this Twin Gate. Satanic doesn't see this movement happening. Unfortunately, their Observer Ward did get removed by Puppey earlier.
But they're aware something is wrong, right? Nobody's showing in the bottom lane. You can assume that something is happening, especially while the siege creep is still alive, which is weird because it's 7 minutes into the game. But you don't want to die and then just lose the tower. It's better to take it easy.
Back. He'll go under the tower just to force the reveal out of everybody. It's not Rocket. It's going out, putting in some pressure. And there's actually, they've lost quite a bit of armor here. They need to be careful. Oh, coming in, it crashes him onto the Shadow Fiend. He didn't get caught inside the snowball. Finally, he does, but it's a little bit too late. And here comes this Wind Ranger. She's only level 4, but can still have an impact. Unfortunately, though, Puck also comes in. 3 heroes caught inside the Dream Coil. Lol is going to end up dead. What a move with the Doom now being thrown in onto Malik. I don't think the Kunkka will be long for this world either. Taking way too much damage from the Puck, and they get the kill. With 3 heroes now surrounding Satanic, potentially want to kill him off as well. This Puck has full HP. Fire Snap Cookie stuns him up though underneath the tier 1 tower. They really want to chase onto Wind Ranger. She's out of mana. She does have a shackle shot, but definitely does not want to go back in the opposite direction. Mifoshka going forward onto Sanctity. Rue has the Cookie, misses with the Scatter Blast. So now when the Cookie comes back, there's no mana, and they go right back in onto Mifoshka. This Bristleback throwing in the Snot Rocket. He's doing his best, but it's not going to be enough. Satanic was also sticking around to poke and prod. A little bit lucky to survive, get himself out of there. An incredibly long engagement. It ends up going 3 for 2 in favor of Na'Vi.
Quite good, and it could have been worse for Spirit. If I'm Spirit, I'm happy with how it ended, right? Because you killed the SF, but this Puck, after killing 2 of the targets, he was full HP, full mana. Lucky for them that they got him kind of low. That full bore Scatter Blast did miss him, but he was still having some raindrops. And what a move from Zayax.
Zayax gets right on top of this Wind Ranger, hunted him through the trees. This Observer Ward that he just plopped down, he had a read of where Satanic would be. I think he had the read that this carry player is not going to want to go home and replenish his full kit. He's going to stick around for a couple more camps. What a hard punish from the Lesh.
Looking good. He didn't leave that ward on 1 hit from denying it, but I do think that Spirit are going to be able to take it out. Thought he was just going to straight up take it out himself.
Yuragi. They see him.
Nice position.
Tier 1 bottom, but very hard to get to. Malik only has 1 point into X marks, so doesn't want to have to commit it for nothing.
Navi, after that fight, as we mentioned, Puck just gets a couple of kills and he's going to be equalizing that mid lane now. This Void Spirit doesn't seem like a counter any longer.
He needs the Aghanim Scepter ASAP in this game.
Middle tower is under attack.
Get the remnant out onto Puck, but we discussed their lack of relative lockdown. They break the coil onto this Void Spirit. They follow up with the Split Earth. This Fire Snap Cookie though helps to save him, and with the boat crashing through, all of a sudden it's Sanctity that's in danger now, and he will end up dead. Mifoshka here too, throwing in damage and some goose, removing all of the armor of Puppy. Puppy able to get on the high ground, drinking buddies. What a stupid spell. Keeps him alive. And Team Spirit, they'll be just happy to claim that 1 kill, even though they would have loved to get more.
It does feel stupid from time to time, really, but I still like to see my boy Tusk in a good position. Overall, this is the thing. Navi, they don't really have... They have solid amount of damage, but not that much burst. It still takes some time for the ledge damage to kick in, even with the Misanthropy. And you are versus a Kunkka. The last fight, the one around the enemy tier 1, the reason that they won it so much is because the Kunkka boat came out to kill the SF rather than to protect his teammates, and then Navi did have enough damage to bring heroes down.
Looks like they're setting up for a kill down bottom. Zayax and Puppy are here, and they've also thrown out the scan. They really want this. Sanctity, Dream Coil up in 4. Malik looks like their priority target here. They're gonna go on top of him. There's the Dream Coil out. He has Ghost Ship in 5 seconds. If they can kill him off before then, the Rum buff up keeps him alive. Fire Snap Cookie gets him away from these heroes, and he's fine. They okay. Kunkka, what a hero.
Yep, Admiral's Rum, what a stupid spell, huh? We're,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they're bringing these alcoholic spells to Dota. We don't want it.
Oh, jumping with an AD rune onto Sanctity. Does he have enough to kill him? It won't be enough. Unfortunately, there isn't a silence, and Rue was too far away to lend in the cookie. But what they have done successfully is zone these heroes away from the bottom wave, so they can finally start actually applying pressure onto a tier 1 tower.
Attack.
Oh, and that's what you want to do, open up the map a little bit, because the enemies have been able to do that. Yesterday we saw so many games where a tier 1 doesn't fall if you're losing the game. Today the teams are moving a little bit better to not allow that to happen. It is a real bummer when it's so easy to read every single one of your smokes, because they know from which part of the map they're coming. When you take the tower down, there's multiple ways to invade enemy territory, so that's why Team Spirit are committing.
Radiant structures.
Navi gonna try to frustrate this for as long as possible with the glyph being popped, but Team Spirit will not be denied. We are gonna get this tier 1 tower brought down.
Doom is approaching the pipe. The Kunkka only has the blade mail at the moment, and this is not an awesome blade mail game. It's an okay one, because there is some AoE damage, but the thing is there's AoE damage from multiple heroes, so you're not really gonna be finding that one like Luna or a Wind Ranger to kill them. You know, there's SF, Puck, Alesh, and if they do get that between them while they have a pipe, it is gonna be easy to go through that. Navi almost ready for an engagement, only 1,000 gold missing on the Doom.
The big thing for me, they need to find a way to invade these stacks. Niboshka has been creating a lot of net worth for this Wind Ranger later. Once she has her Maelstrom, she'll just pop through there with the Focus Fire Whirlwind.
That's taking some time. This Puck is starting to suffer though, because he doesn't really farm that fast, and Sanctity is trying to find kills, right? So he needs this Doom to be online so they can play together and go for pickoffs.
If Zayax shows bottom, they might decide to make a beeline towards him. They see him now, but they also see some heroes middle. They want the bigger targets. They want Yoragi potentially to jump in from this Void Spirit, looking towards the SF. Okay, just drawing some reactions from the rest of Navi.
Oh, he just outplayed him so much, because that was a smoke that he wanted to utilize, and Puck thought about the arcade rune. That was a perfect torrent that's gonna prevent it. Cool. The only reason that the Puck doesn't have that arcane rune is Malik. First his torrent and then his X when he started running towards it, forcing the Doom to pick it up for himself.
Speaking of Malik, he's building in towards having a pipe of insight himself.
Yep. It's gonna take some time though.
Yeah. Do we have any big items coming up? Pipe, like you mentioned earlier, for Doom about to finish. We still need a lot more time for the SF to farm. He's going straight for the MKB after picking up this D-Lance. Wants to make sure that he can still damage out this Windrunner. He saw what happened in the previous game. He's like, buddy, this time around I'm buying MKB super early on. Okay, he changes his mind. Gonna start with the Mantis Tower first.
I think at some point in this game he's gonna change his mind and buy a BKB. My friend, you are versus Mortimer's Kisses. Both Void Spirit. I don't know how he intends to fight without it. He's just gonna be giving so much faith to the Tusk, but Tusk can maybe dodge one of those spells, not all of them.
Now you know how it is, right? It's gonna be the classic. It's gonna be the same that happens with every carry player. Doesn't have BKB Q now. The game is going decently well. And then there's gonna be some horrendous fight where he dies only because he doesn't have BKB, then you insta-Q it. And you're like, fine, okay.
Is that personal experience?
Over many years, my friend.
Okay.
Now, but even when I'm just costing, when I watch games, I always watch my carry players, just because I know at some point they're gonna die in QBKB. It's the carry thing to do, man. Every game.
Oh, they get this done a little bit earlier, and with that Nightmail.
That's a big Requiem though from Yoragi, sending back all of these heroes. They don't kill Zayax just yet. He'll finally die, but this could set up for this Kunkka to be in danger. Very nice torrents from him. Malik, he's still alive? What? This Kunkka had 2 HP and he's not dying. How is this legal?
Yeah, look at how much damage they did to him. The run buff is still going and he's still falling to 1 HP, 1 HP, 1 HP. They just smacked his face. Even his mom won't recognize him, but he's still tanky enough to go through it all. Plus you got the kill there with the Blade Mail. It all started with a missed Split Earth. That's why you didn't get him, just not timing it.
Yeah. It looked like such a good Requiem initially, but turned out they did not have the damage necessary to bring this Kunkka down. So they just end up losing a hero for nothing. The worst part about it, they had pretty much everybody there for themselves. Team Spirit still had heroes that were farming elsewhere on the map. the very least, Ru, though, is not crazy tanky like this Kunkka, so they'll be able to easily grab that kill. Maybe set up to push the tier 1 bottom.
And a necessary streak for Sanctity to pick up, right? Because the Puck is kind of suffering in terms of gold after that kill. Not so much. He's still on the bottom of all of the cores, but it is a big difference when you just get an influx of 500 gold.
While all this was happening, though, there was also gold streaming into the coffers of Team Spirit. This Wind Ranger finished off a triple Ancient stack, a triple hard camp. Now she's encroaching on the top 3 territory of net worth in this game. So after a tough start as well, Satanic able to get a really good recovery here.
Once you get the Maelstrom on the Wind Ranger, you just get to the stack, use a Whirlwind, and everything dies. Even when there's no stacks, you get into the big jungle, you pop Whirlwind, you start running through it, and you get 3 camps in a span of just a couple of seconds.
Look at this big reveal coming forth from Team Spirit. Aghanim Scepter on our Void Spirit. So we have that big silence. They would man, if they could find this Doom, he's actually susceptible. They see him underneath the vision.
He's
Should be
tanky
able
though.
to get this grab. He is very tanky. The question is, can they find him? They're lowering his armor. They even commit the Morty's kisses for this one. But it ends up being worthwhile. 35 seconds. He's dead in the grave. And now you can maybe start controlling this jungle a little bit better.
Didn't pop the pipe. If he had, would have been a harder kill, but still not impossible. It just goes to show that there is still a solid mixture of magical and physical on the side of Spirit, because they went through him very fast, and he does have the cloak, so ate the small centaur.
Satanic trying to pull into a BKB as Malik just clearing out some of these waves top. His pipe is finished now on this Kunkka. So not only with this Blade Mail, but having this pipe much more difficult to kill. And we're not at the point yet where the Shadow Fiend has the full output of right-click damage, so this is gonna really make a difference to his team's overall tankability in the upcoming fights.
Yeah, he's seeing that there are problems in damage, and he has made a decision again to try and go for the MKB. You know that Kunkka and the Void Spirit are going to be going in and out of the fight, and you cannot really commit on them. But you know you want the hero that is committing from the other side, which is a Wind Ranger, to surprise her and take her out. And it's a plan. I want to see if it works out, but it shows that he knows what he wants to do.
What's Lol going for next year? Also opting for a BKB. He wants BKB Lincoln Sphere. Protection from the Doom, protection from the Puck. This is quite nice for him. Better able to facilitate playing the edges of the fight.
Yeah, I guess it's mostly about surviving with the Void Spirit. If you have an Aghanim Scepter, immediately you know that you're going to be tanky and doing a decent amount of damage, so you just don't want to die instantly before you can get your spells off, and that's what happens. 1, if you get doomed, 2, if you get coiled.
I'll activate an Invis Rune. He's going to go hunting through this jungle. He's got Ruin Lipushka right behind him.
Nice shard for
Fortunately for him,
Zayat.
there's a lot of sentries on the ground, so they should be able to scout him out if he moves in these areas.
Oh, not in the triangle. There's none there, so that is where you could find this Tusk, and that's a great way to start the fight. 2 Healing Lotuses and 21 charges, plus raindrops. Not an easy
Better.
grab.
He sees
On
Yoragi even better. No BKB available for him. Yeah, he's got 20 magic charges, but the 1 charges will not help you, my friend. Morty's kisses rain upon his face. Yoragi is down. That's a very patient play from Lol, making the full sweep into that triangle and actually getting the goods in that situation.
Zayat with
He's
his
just gonna
shard
jump
will be...
Syrex? He's gonna
Can't
try for it.
solve.
Aether Remnant is out. He does have access to Resonant Pulse, finds the silence. Astral Step is there. They force out the mech, and with Satanic coming in on the other side, throwing in the Gleipnir, Shackle Shot is out. This is a dead Lesh. Nice, man. Team Spirit are starting to really put the screws on Navi with these map movements right now.
Navi don't know what to do. I think they are saving the Doom too much. Boom did get a Blink Dagger recently, but you need to be using that off cooldown to keep somebody off the map and just allow yourselves to push out the waves a bit more, because when Team Spirit have all of their heroes alive, this is the result. You cannot win a team fight, and you're aware of it. Versus the pipe, versus the boat, you just don't have the damage to go through that.
We've only seen 1 Doom in this game, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's especially worse when you went for this Blink Dagger build. If you'd gone for the Shiva's heads up, might have felt a little bit better about this, but you have a Blink and you're not finding the Blink Dooms. They are going to try and find it. Yeah, go bottom. The whole crew smokes up. Who is the priority target, do you think?
Well, with the Doom, you want the Kunkka before he uses the boat. If he uses the boat, then you are dooming the... it's hard to say if the Wind Ranger goes really deep in. But if you are jumping Void Spirit, so number one Kunkka, the second is the Void Spirit. If, let's say, all three of the cores are standing next to each other.
Okay, well, you are right. They get the Doom out onto the Kunkka before he can find a boat, before he can get the X. But at the same time, Satanic nearby with the Whirlwind. A lot of the duration being wasted, though, by the Snowball from Puppy. And they're diving in towards Kunkka. They really want this kill.
He's alive.
They still haven't found it. Leshrac dies, and now the boat is coming in. The Doom has expired. Doom in danger. He's gonna get surrounded, and it's a double kill for Laurel. They are trying to beat a hasty retreat, and the Gleipnir cancels the TP from Yoragi. Shackle Shot holds him in position. Ate the rip and makes sure he cannot move. And Satanic kills him. All three heroes gone. And yet again, you start a fight onto Kunkka. It never ends up in your favor.
Okay, so one could say, oh, they were missing heroes at the start there, but that was a perfect initiation, right? Kunkka was caught, you couldn't do, there was no response from the other heroes for the first 10 seconds, let's say 5, right? And you cannot even take away half his HP. So then you're diving through the tier 1, your SF is getting himself out of position just to get somewhat close. It's not good for Navi, not looking good. None of their heroes is doing enough damage to threaten anybody on Team Spirit. And now when Spirit are aware of it, when it was tested and have the Aegis, they're just gonna mow down all of your towers because they know that the response is not gonna be easy.
Yeah. Navi, 7k gold deficit, 80% win probability for Team Spirit. We saw in the previous game that these win probabilities can shift quite massively depending on what's going on in the game, so Navi still have some opportunities. It's getting tougher and tougher. BKB is now up on the Wind Ranger. BKB, once they get the tower, will also be finished on the Void Spirit.
It just comes down to surprising this Wind Ranger when she comes in. I think that's the last hope that Navi has, that Wind Ranger runs in like a madman, and SF with the newly found MKB kills her, and then you reset the game, get to a position where it's kind of even, and go from there. And he will have the MKB soon, but the problem is now when you get it, the enemies still have an Aegis for another 4 minutes.
Yeah, they still have another Aegis for 4 minutes, and they still have BKB that you have to contend with. And you don't have a BKB of your own. Remember when I told you what he was going to do after he died? Look at his item queue. He's got BKB queued. Yep. But it's not going to help him now because Miposhka finds him first, and Miposhka eats the Doom. Okay, he's happy about that one. All of a sudden, the Shadow Feet needs some help. Both onto his face. Void Spirit laying in the damage with the Morty's Kisses, and they do find the kill. And yeah, sure, they lose the Bristleback, but who the hell cares? As Satanic with Whirlwind looking to try and get the kill onto Boom, and you will succeed in doing so. 2 for 1, Miposhka happy to take the Doom. Dude, why did they comment the Doom onto Bristleback?
Because that was the first hero they saw, and they just wanted him out of the map. Overall, also a little bit of an unfortunate thing for Navi there. Drinking buddies from the Tusk being utilized to get close to the SF. At that point, the boat connects, right? He couldn't get the snowball off and save himself and the SF at least from that. SF tries to go for the Requiem twice. Twice Laurel cancels it out with the silence from the Resonant Pulse. It's just impossible to fight at the moment. And now even when you get the MKB, you still need the BKB to be strong enough.
Yep. Navi, 8k gold lead that they're dealing with. They also still have to play with tier 1s up in the mid and bottom lane. You were mentioning earlier just how much you can shrink your map, and we're seeing the impact of that. Team Spirit is free to play wherever the hell they want. Navi not in a position to stop them. Yet another kill onto Puppy. This might precipitate them just taking this tier 2 tower. Navi is absolutely no way they're strong enough to fight back into an Aegis.
And right now they're gonna poke your high ground just to pull you back. They know that you don't have the damage to do anything. They don't necessarily need to go high ground to win the game right now, but why not? Like they know that the enemies are gonna have to respawn, plus there's no glyph.
Doom doesn't have his Doom available. So he's these heroes even won't be that threatened even.
Are they getting this?
They're just gonna get it. Heads up, there's no glyph available right now. And yeah, that's just a free lane of Rax picked up in this mid lane for Team Spirit.
Okay, Navi helpless, literally, and I think they're gonna be helpless until this SF gets the BKB. The thing is, you don't have the luxury to stay in your base that long. You have to get out.
On the bright side, they don't have to worry about the Aegis for too long. 80 more seconds before it expires. Ideally, maybe you have the timing right and you can catch him as it's on the cusp of going away, but I don't think Team Spirit are going to be leaving him alone anymore in this game. King is their win condition. He's the one that's going to be gaining all the protection, especially as he now goes into his data list. In the meantime, Malik eat the full complement of spells and very tanky hero, but this time even Kunkka cannot survive 4 heroes, and the third Doom of this game does succeed in getting a crucial kill.
Okay, this is an opportunity just to get the waves into somewhat of a decent position for yourself, or to go for more kills. Watch that.
Okay, Dreamquell out onto him. Fire Snap Cookie. We'll help him out for now. Gotta remember, it is a Bristleback still, and they've eaten a lot from the Snot Rocket. Minus 11 armor for these heroes. Shackle Shot onto Puck. Puck is dead, and now here comes Satanic. Whirlwind active going through. Boom, they're chowing through his barriers. Finally to expire, but the Split Earth from Xyx prevents them from getting the full chase going. However, here with the Aether Remnants, they almost have him. Boom, saved by the Requiem, saved by these drinking buddies. All of a sudden, it's Law that's in danger, but Law gets off his BKB, jumping back in, but Xyx has been working overtime in this engagement. He is still alive. He's the one that removed the Aegis, but the Gleipnir now going out onto the Shadow Fiend. There was also a Shackle Shot onto him. Whirlwind going in from this Wind Ranger. Do they have enough to kill her? It's not enough. They need to pop the BKB and run. In the meantime, though, Kunkka finally had to return to the fight. Road fight really coming through, crashing onto Uragi. Uragi is gone. No Shadow Fiend for 50 seconds. And Team Spirit, despite all these heroes falling low, despite the poking and prodding from Na'Vi, none of them are dead just yet, so they're gonna come high ground again on the bottom lane.
Yeah, you're one of the heroes with 600 range on the SF, and you are being guided.
Ranger, she's so low, the Dreamquell, they actually helped to kill her off. And now,
Stay too long.
it's Na'Vi making sure that they want to chase and punish the rest of these heroes. They don't have the Dreamquell available anymore, committed to kill the Wind Ranger. Who else can they catch here? Laurel seen up, he's been silenced, he doesn't have a BKB for 30 seconds. Do they have enough here? Dissimulate, not gonna be good. He ends up dead, so 2 big cores picked up, and Malik, he is all alone, all isolated. Ice Shards holds him in position. Boom is here, the Doom is back online. I don't even think they're going to need it here. They have more than enough damage, they surround him, they kill him. It's a double for Boom, all 3 cores are dead. And I'm getting deja vu, Harry Freak, because it happened in game 1. Team Spirit in a leading position, stick around too long, don't show enough respect, and get hard punished by Na'Vi.
This is another opportunity for Navi. As you mentioned, it did happen in the previous game, but now they shouldn't do what they did earlier, just chase for kills. Lanes, waves are your friends. You have a Doom. If you shove in the waves, you're going to be having an opportunity to do one of the cores and get him off the map again. That should buy enough time for DSF to get very, very close to his BKB. Let's see if they play it like that. And for now, they are shoving in the waves quite nicely.
Trying to regain some semblance of map control. Looking to take the Tormy right now. Who is going to be lucky enough to get this one? It's going to go the way of Puppy. Alright. So we take the better Ice Shards. It's pretty good.
Yep, because versus a Wind Ranger, if he sees that things are going badly, you need to start running through those. I don't think they have that many ways to get out of them other than the cookie. That's about it. No Force Staffs at the moment.
So what, Cookie and Dissimulate, that's it? Nothing else?
Yep, but it's the Wind Ranger that you want to put inside of that one, right? So if he goes in King and then wants to move out with his BKB, if he sees that things are going south, versus the upgraded charges will be significantly harder to do.
He is trying to build into a Hurricane Pike after the Daedalus, so then they will have some mobility for the hero. I suppose you also really want this against Doom, right, in general? Some kind of self-mobility.
Yes, for sure. Not only for yourself, but possibly for your teammates as well. And with Navi shoving out those waves and then Team Spirit taking a long time to just shove them back in, the gold lead is now almost non-existent.
This series has been so entertaining. Very topsy-turvy, quite wonky. Still 80% probability for the side of Team Spirit to win right now. But it's trending in favor of Na'Vi. And Team Spirit, they smoke up as 4. They're heading to the top side of the map. They have some vision of the Doom here. They know where he's at. Puppy is going to try and break these smokes. He succeeds in doing that, blinks himself away. As Laurel able to catch up to him. But Puppy will gladly take this death. Or will he? He missed the Aether Remnant. Puppy still ends up dead, but gave the advance warning for the Doom to TP out to safety.
He does have a buyback. The problem is Roche is alive, and it is a oh, it is a Radiant side Roche. Okay, Na'Vi can buy him back and TP in, so lanes are shoved out quite nicely. Not half bad. Maybe they don't have to let him go. Ooh, Zayat, if you die, then they do.
Should be able to get himself out. The Spirit Heroes took the Twin Gate to come bottom. Would love to go and take this Roshan right now, but you need better vision of some of these Na'Vi heroes. You do see Uragi middle through your observer ward, and you see Boom as well. So maybe this gives you confidence to go for it. And it does, yeah.
We have info that they can do it, right? But they maybe were a little bit afraid. Still, they are gonna be committing for it. Nice of them. This is theirs, Rose, for sure.
Looks like Na'Vi is deciding they want to counter this play. They are aware that there's no other place they can be on the map. They smoked up, getting over. And it's too late. Will end up falling. And let's see if they want to re-engage on the side of Team Spirit, because they didn't commit that many resources themselves. They take the Twin Gate en masse. That's so funny.
They know that the enemies are coming. Team Spirit is very good at these post-Roche fights, be it that they're the ones taking Roche or the enemy's doing it as well. So in terms of positioning, they understand how to do it. And this is not something that we... Oh.
They double scan bottom with Radiant side.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
That's weird. They thought that was gonna be where the enemies are at, right? Because you only have one tier 2 left and it's in the top lane. It was kind of obvious where Spirit wants to go.
Tier 2 tower taken away.
They're still
also
in the
just...
Tormentor.
Are they? Oh, okay. Get the Scorched Earth heal. It's not bad. It's not bad. There's no Skadis or Shivas on the enemy team, so that heal will always go through.
Speaking of Shivas, he has one, and that's pretty cool versus the Wind Ranger. Doesn't do much through the Whirlwind, other than give you armor, but later on down the line, it will help you once it does stop.
Will help a little get a bit against this Paladin Sword lifesteal, I suppose. But yeah. Wind Ranger still monstrously farmed in this game. And what have you made of Miposhka on this Bristleback? What do you think? How violent is it overall?
It's solid because he's buffing the damage output of King. I'm not a hater of it. I've seen it a couple times.
Okay, D-Lance pretty much finished for this Wind Ranger. It's flying in right now as the rest of Team Spirit will post up Satanic on the front lines. They smoke up, looking for a wraparound.
Yeah, they expect their opponents to be leaving the base and maybe are hoping to catch the SF on the retreat.
They draw the circle. They know where Uragi is at. They know exactly who it is. Uragi does have a BKB. It's his full 9-seconder, so if they can force it out of him, they would be fine with it. But where they find him is a little bit too close to the base for comfort and too far away from the Wind Ranger, so they won't be able to get the immediate grab.
Lucky for Spirit, they had a gem there. If there was no gem, after they were spotted on vision, if they go high ground, DSF would have ripped them a new one, right? This guy is not to be underestimated. His right-click damage is quite high, and he has that MKB. 350 damage per hit. You pop the Mask of Madness and a 9-second BKB, he would annihilate them. So, very nice pickup on that gem. You could see that the second they saw Ward and Spirit, they started running like there was no tomorrow.
He's also building into a Daedalus next, so that's gonna even more greatly ramp up the right-click damage. And soon we're gonna get to him getting some of these latter talents in the game. Shadow Fiend still represents a threat. There's not gonna be a stage of the game where you feel you can just ignore him, really.
She should get the damage per soul talent, right? And then extra Extra 40 damage, not to be taken lightly.
Come through to the spot on the top side of the base now again. Jump in. Not at all. Hoping to just force out a couple items, but instead they're just gonna think about just heads up killing the Doom. The snowball is gonna be there to save him. Whirlwind committed the shackle shot. It hit Doom and the shadow feed. Perfectly done by Satanic. They kill off the Doom. The BKB activated by Uragi, but it's too late. Buys back now, hoping to return into the fray. Maybe playing 5 versus 3. Laurel now jumping back in, looking to try and bring down this Tusk. If they can get him, then all of a sudden it's 5 versus 2. And they just call it.
Yep.
GG, well played. They throw in the towel. Na'Vi cannot stop the onslaught of Team Spirit. They cannot eliminate Miposhka, and as a result, we are going to a third and decisive game. Team Spirit, hang on and make this a DreamLeague 24. Harry Freak, here we go. Game 3. Let us know if Na'Vi is back or if Team Spirit's new roster is filling you with confidence.
For battle.
Ooh, I'd say that Team Spirit's lineup is filling me with confidence, and Na'Vi, they're back, of course. Of course, we are gonna get excited once again. I mean, I like this Na'Vi lineup, not gonna lie. Big fan of all of their players. They're all players with tier 1 potential, and some of them proven as well. But I don't think this game is gonna be ending well for them.
We'll see how it all shakes out. Team Spirit, they're smoked up, just got themselves some good vision. This was not seen. And with Na'Vi, they also were not scouted with this smoke, and they draw the line. They want to go around. Unfortunately for them, this Bristleback also drew a line of where he thinks they're coming. Dude, Team Spirit just outplayed them so hard right there. They knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, and Bane is a very speedy hero, especially during nighttime. You're not gonna be able to catch him unless you have vision over him.
Why don't you think we see Banes as much nowadays?
Currently it's in Aura meta, so you don't really go for pickoffs and catch all that much. That is where this hero thrives. Plus his laning stage has been nerfed through the years. His base stats have been taken away.
Actually get a nightmare out onto Zayax, the Bane. Trying to
He's
put
in
some
trouble.
pressure, getting the first blood. Bramble Maze now committed. Zayax trying to do his best, but he's getting body blocked by Miposhka. And Satanic will get the first blood. Very nicely drawn from him, but set up perfectly by Miposhka.
They missed the brambles there, and then Miposhka just stood between the tree and the bramble, and the only way that you could get out is going through the bramble, and that's why he died in the end. That's King with the first blood, and we all know it's very important for this guy. It's not like Battle Fury heroes that you just want to get everything and get that going super fast, but with the Bristleback, you want the Arcane Boots and you want that Aghanim Scepter as fast as possible. It can make or break your game.
Another big deal, the Bane on his way back to the top lane. He blocked their Ancients. And, you know, seeing a TA in a game where she can't have Ancient stacks ready and waiting for her will definitely have an impact.
Sure, right, especially because she doesn't crush the lane versus the Invoker any longer. We'll see though, Laurel has had some bad laning performances yesterday, so maybe Sanctity can make use of that.
We'll have to come back and check in a couple of minutes once they start picking up some levels. For now, Sanctity is doing well, has more CS and denies, but it's only the first few waves, so it'll be liable to change.
Yeah, we'll see if Laurel will be doing well here. Nice tornado usage. That's beautiful.
Taking a look at bottom. Got Centaur on the Dark Willow taking on Clockwork with the Wind Ranger. And the Clockwork, him and Dark Willow just trading spells. But coming back in towards Uragi. In a bit of danger here. The power shot does connect, but the correct pathing was taken by Rue. That being said, Puppey is not going to give up on this chase. 8 seconds until he has Battery Assault, while Zayax ends up dead in the top side of the map. Will Rue be able to outplay Puppey here? I doubt it. There we go. Battery Assault is out, but the Brambles, dude, Rue. This is happening again. In the other game on the Sniper, completely outplayed the side of Na'Vi to get out of certain doom, and now it happens again, wasting so much time from the Clockwork. And in the meantime, top lane, King and Bane putting their abuse onto these Na'Vi heroes.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the Bane's laning stage not really being as strong as it used to be, but he still has pretty decent stats, right? Solid damage, solid armor, movement speed, and HP. And then when you pair him up with a hero like a Bristleback, who naturally also dominates the lane, you apply a lot of potential pressure to the opponents.
Bristle, putting some attention onto Zayax now. He is 5
Not
seconds
again.
away from having Impale. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. King, one more Quill Spray is all he'll need. He's chasing onto the high ground. He does not have boots, but he's not gonna need them. That's gonna be a Lion dead. Can he at least get to the runes? No, he can't. Oh man, that's just so depressing. Came so close, but you were never further away. Dead, a killing spree for Satanic, and an excellent start for Team Spirit.
His eyes literally lit up, right? Oh, I'm gonna make something of my life, and then he goes down. And this is a problem because it leaves the Kunk all alone. He died earlier as well, and now he needs to walk.
Oh, yeah. Not the fastest hero in the world, this Lion, so it's gonna be a while before he returns. This is great news for Team Spirit. They're doing well all across the map. Malik is the CS leader in the game right now. I mean, it's a Wind Ranger plus a Clockwork, you're not really pressuring a Centaur here. Mid lane, speaking of pressure, they're putting some onto Sanctity. They threw a blood grenade to slow him down. Miposhka's in front of him, but Lal doesn't really have any mana remaining, so there's kind of no point. He's just sitting here melded.
Waiting for the second refraction.
The water rune. Oh, that's so funny.
He did get it. I'm surprised Miposhka allowed that.
No, just
Okay, there's some sound issues. Hopefully they do get fixed soon so that we can return to the game. But other than being annoying, Miposhka isn't really doing much in this lane.
Yeah. Fortunately, he's done enough in the top lane that he's not scared of those Bristleback dying in the duration that he's gone.
Yep. Bristleback has decent amount of levels. He doesn't have any points in the Bristleback, so that could be problematic if they catch you now when you're alone. But you can already see that he is posturing himself quite defensively.
Not going to make any big mistakes on this one. He's going to be A-okay. So now the question is, right, how do you play the mid-game as a Templar Assassin? So this Invoker is obviously going to be moving around, trying to make plays with his team, connect with them. What's the game plan mid-game for this TA? Is it still the same as it used to be back in the day?
Yeah, you surround the mid lane and the Ancients and such with traps. You don't allow anybody to invade. You farm your stacks, you get Dragonlance Blink Shard, and then you go. Right? It's still a timing-based hero. I'd be very surprised with anything else.
Lane potentially going in onto this Lion. Woshka hoping to close the gap for the Nightmare, but Lion a little bit too speedy because this time around he came back with the Windlace. He's like, what happened is not happening again, fam.
But he has no shoes to tie them with. They should put it. It works that way. If you have no boots, the Windlace does
Can't get a
nothing.
Windlace. Oh, that's funny.
Quite sad though. Are they? At the moment, it seems that Team Spirit just want to play a long laning stage, and I'm trying to look at Navi and think about if they can break it apart, and I don't think so, right? Because it is gonna be the Invoker that is gonna be the rotator in this game. He's the one that's gonna choose. He probably will choose not to do it, just because he's versus a TA doesn't want to lose the tower.
That is true. Down bottom, Miposhka is taking the Twin Gate. They were hoping to try and catch this Wind Ranger as she's retreating into the lane. Unfortunately, not going to be there in time. So, no setup with the level 2 Nightmare. It's this Observer Ward that was plopped down by Puppy. I mean, people keep talking trash about Puppy being washed, right? But the one thing, as a support, his vision control throughout this series has been very, very good from the man.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that never goes away. I'm not sure how many pubs Puppy plays nowadays if he's in good form, but we always expected him to be the one that leaves the scene the last.
Now Twin Gate coming through with the Lion. They're going in onto Miposhka. They have the supporting cost necessary, and he'll do the self Nightmare,
dodge.
but he still will end up dead. That dodge, that reminded me of. Do you remember ESL 1 Frankfurt 2014? IG versus EG Grand Finals where PPD did a similar type of juke against YYF Brewmaster.
Radiant are
Sounds good times.
scanning.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw this Nightmare, that is exactly the game that I thought about as well. I don't
Genuine,
remember it too. 2014, like 10 years ago. I mean, I do remember what I ate yesterday, but I was thinking of using that sentence as they are going to be going for the cook. Kaboom is in trouble.
Yes, indeed. They bring in this clockwork weapon from Puppy. That also draws in the rotation from the Dark Willow top. Sadly, they couldn't get the kill. They couldn't catch up with the Nightmare early enough. Miposhka doesn't have the full speed just yet.
It's funny how some of those games stay with us for forever. I still remember how well CDEC fought versus EG in the TI5 Grand Finals. I still remember those games. And aggressive on his gyro.
Radiant's bottom tower
Dude, aggressive gyro.
Yuragi?
One of the reasons I started spamming that hero in Yuragi. Could be some danger, but he's A-okay. Does manage to get himself away from danger. The tier 1 tower, though, I'm not sure it'll be that lucky, but Lala is not going to be happy about having made this rotation and not picked up the kill.
Yeah, especially because you're leaving the TA in the mid lane. Lucky for them, they understood that Miposhka was already in the mid lane. You have the bristleback that you can leave alone. So when you have somebody in the mid lane, the push from the TA is not going to be as powerful.
Tier 1 tower getting forced out right now. They do have a glyph, and they're bringing in heroes to try and contest this. Ragi is here, and so is Puppy, trying to catch up to Laurel. Laurel turns around, EMP burn, co-snapped him too, but they don't have the full damage just yet. TA for Sanctity has also shown up. Nice little Earth Spike onto him, but Stampede popped at the opportune moment. Unfortunately, without the follow-up Shackle Shot, which isn't leveled up just yet from Yuragi, there's no follow-up stuns from Zayx's
Radiant's
disable.
middle tower is under attack.
And the Bane is now the one that is threatening the mid lane. Also, coming to check a little bit on those stacks. We'll get a nice ward in, but of course it was spotted, so that should be taken down as fast as possible.
TA swarming really, really well in this game. Going for the Blink Dagger D-Lance. I miss the days of Rush Deso TA, but those days are long, long gone.
Maybe once we get back to carry TAs, it might start happening. It just feels that some of the heroes that have a mixture of magical and physical damage currently are just way too superior. Plus, she's not the greatest Gleipnir holder, so once that item is changed, I think we're getting our girl back.
Now that you mention it, this is one of the few games where I'm looking at this, and this BB as well. No Gleipnir biter. I guess Invoker can bite Gleipnir if need be, but two teams where you only have one Gleipnir. You might even only have one Gleipnir in the game. That's the atypical one.
Yeah, it is, but I for one am happy. Kind of getting sick of that item.
Mid lane. Small little contest over this rune.
He got it.
Sanctity will grab the regen rune. Oh, he gets.
hate
No, he
when
got
this
it. He got it.
happens. Yep.
Yeah, I hate it when this
when it's the same pixel, it just writes the both things, but the rune is picked up.
Almost got his Blink Dagger as well to Sanctity. Be able to increase his farm pace. For now, though, the most farmed hero on the map is still this Bristleback. Having access to the killing spree,
Attack.
of course, helps a lot, and he almost has the full Aghanim Scepter.
Are fortified.
650 gold, yep, and then you're gonna be going for fights. The thing is, he does have stacks, and once they are done, that's it. The Aghanim Scepter will be delivered.
Top lane, Miposhka gonna end up dead here. The tornado was attempted by Laurel to at least create some disjoints, but they end up finding the kill. I don't think he's going to be able to solo zone them all away from the tower, but he's not leaving the area here, Harry. He's thinking about this. They're bringing in the Centaur too. Malik has access to the Stampede, but as soon as they saw the Centaur TP, they don't really want any more of the smoke.
I can't wait to see the Fist of Death. Please, Scurf, when he uses the ulti, just follow him. We want to see him punching the creeps. Probably not going to be doing it onto heroes, but either way, it's quite fun.
You don't want to see him do like some moonshot though? Take advantage of the fist.
Yeah, I would love to see him do that, but he's not going to do it because he probably wants to win.
Bristle has Aghanim Scepter. He really wants to win. He's crazy farmed right now. 1500 gold ahead of this TA. Can start building into the Bloodstone. Na'Vi. They haven't built like a Spirit Vessel on the Kunkka. There's not going to be a Shiva's emerging anytime soon. They're going to really have struggles dealing with this health steal on the Bristleback. And now they smoked in. They're going towards Law. Law though gets saved by Miposhka. There's no cogs, but it's not going to matter. They make sure they crash in the boat. They utilize the finger and they do find that kill.
Yep, that's gonna be Lara taken out, and I mean we can follow the line, but he's not hitting any increased counter. Punches him in the face. Hey. Bam. Okay, looked cool, but still he doesn't have that many finger of death kills for it to be a lot of damage.
They smoked up actually as Team Spirit. They're bringing their supports towards the top lane. Boshka, Nightmare out onto Puppy. Who has access to the ultimates? And they drop a Bramble Maze down with a Blood Grenade. The Bedlam comes in. The Tornado should be more than enough to finish him off. And Rue is credited with that one.
Around Zayats. They, okay, Spirit are not gonna be... I thought they were gonna be invading the triangle just because it was stacking time. They decide against it. And TA does want to get the Deso, but only after the Blink Dragonlance and the Shard. I agree with that. It still goes really well with the hero.
The only problem is that we are going to be waiting a little bit for her to finish farming this up. Team Spirit. See if they want to sneak up again and try to make some action happen. Mid lane, the action is happening onto Malik. Pops his Blade Mail, does have Stampede, but of course being held in position by these cogs. Finally it comes out, and he's still alive. Dropping down to 140 HP, but they do not manage to get him over. TA trap, get some damage. Not enough, down to 70. Now TA blinking forward, looking for the Shadow. He shadowed him, but the Shadow Realm with the Bedlam turns back onto Sanctity. Fiend's Grip from Miposhka holds the TA in place. And she blinked forward thinking she's picking up a free kill, but she was blinking forward just to get a free death.
The greed of Na'Vi, thinking we're killing the Centaur and the Bane, and they get neither just because they didn't want to X Malik. X on Malik will secure the kill, and then nothing of these bad things would have happened. If you lose the tower as a TA, the mid lane tower is not something that you should be losing first.
The power shot did almost kill the Centaur, dropped down about 140. He ends up living. Na'Vi, just before the tower goes down, they lose their nerve. It does mean it will be very easy for them to pick up in the future. Na'Vi might be forced into denying it, which they definitely don't want.
Sanctity was coming back to life. That's why Team Spirit got spooked. You don't want to be overextending there. You understand that King is having a perfect game. If he gets the Bloodstone early on, if he continues to farm this well, he is gonna become unkillable. And you want to get to that point where he can just do whatever the hell he wants. So it's better to leave that tower standing than to just throw away the lead and, let's say, lose a Bristleback would be a disaster.
All right, now getting in towards his Witchblade as Satanic finishes the Bloodstone. Are there any big items from Na'Vi that can change this game state? I mean, Aghanim Scepter from Kunkka is a big deal. That's still a while away. We still don't have the Gleipnir for the Wind Ranger, and we're still waiting for TA to finish her set of items. So it feels like the next 3 to 4 minutes, Na'Vi will be content to just be farming away, which is good for Team Spirit, right? They get to keep all their towers alive, with Na'Vi not playing super actively right now.
Generally, Na'Vi are okay. Their heroes are already capable of doing quite a lot. The big item that's going to be coming soon is the Blink Dagger on Zayats, and that is when you can get some pickoffs, but obviously we want to have the map.
Gonna get the quick kill potentially onto this Dark Widow. She's still alive though. Bramble Maze with the cold snap out onto Kunkka. Finger of Death does bring down the Dark Widow, but now here comes Satanic. Fiend's Grip is out onto the Kunkka. Nice shackle to cancel it out and to connect onto the Bristle, but an even better hoof stomp. 4 heroes connected into thanks to Malik. That being said though, they don't have the damage to kill them, so now Wind Ranger, she can go in with the Whirlwind. They've already managed to bring down 3. Bristleback and Bane, they have to run. They did such a good job. This entire fight, I think, carried by Yuragi. That shackle shot prevents King from getting in all that Bristleback damage from the Aghanims. It means that these heroes get to stay alive, they get to re-engage, they get to win these fights. But now, oh my god! The Aghanims damage onto Sanctity! Holy base, Satanic. He's like, y'all can win the fight, but I'm not letting you win this war.
He's going forward. He's not allowing the tower to fall. It just goes to show how strong this Bristleback is. The rest of his team, not so much, but he is above everybody else.
Now he's just going to the far side here. Satanic feeling hella strong. Throws out the Bristleback. The Quill Spray just kill Yoragi. My man's is just way too strong right now. Poppy hooks into him, but Poppy, maybe you should have hooked in a different direction, my friend. Not the person you want to be in front of. He ends up dead, and Team Spirit, despite losing 3 earlier engagement, they're the ones right now threatening to take the tier 1 tower.
It's the farm distribution, right? Because Navi, they kind of were leading the game before that one, but the farm distribution, with everything being into the Bristleback, is way too strong for you to deal with him. And I think you're going to be aware that this is going to be your main problem throughout this game, and already need to be talking about when do we buy that Silver Edge and who gets it. Because it is... Sure, you're not going to get it anytime soon, but at some point it will be a necessity. I just don't see this Bristleback, if Satanic continues playing this well, dying anytime soon.
Yeah. He's playing really, really well.
Knows what's up, but coming back to those shackle shots of Yoragi, man. Canceling out a Bane Fiend's Grip from like a mile away as a Wind Ranger, that was beautiful. He's the only reason they won that fight. If the Kunga had died and the Bristleback started running forward, I mean, we saw what happens if he has his way.
They still want to commit to taking down the tower. It's very annoying when it's at like 10% HP and it's still standing. Malik will come forward. I wonder if they'll just deny this one, or if they want to keep it alive to force a fight in the area.
Well, Spirit, they feel that they're stronger and they can defend the top tower, but they will be losing the mid because of it. Always a big commitment with a lot of heroes on one side is gonna have some downside. That was the one.
Dota 2 is a game that is all about trade-offs. You don't get anything for free.
And we're teaching people here with the invoker spells. You know, it's weird that we know all of this. You know, Valve, they got out a new game, Deadlock, and now nobody knows nothing about any of them. And you know, it's just, I don't have to play Invoker for 10 years. My fingers are just gonna be knowing how to make all of those spells.
Speaking of actually Invoker, who do you think is at peak? Like, what's the best Invoker game you've seen in a professional setting?
2016 Weha lower bracket final.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Now though, Puppy getting assaulted at the moment. They bring their damage out on top of him. He will easily end up dead. And this is right in front of the Roshan pit. I'm not sure if they have enough to kill it quickly, but Bane is already bottom. Invoker TP'd as well. So they might just marinate him for now, then take the twin gate and secure him if they don't manage to do it in 15 seconds.
Well, they're not doing it in 15 seconds, even when they stack up all the goo. And Navi are already in the smoke. They are a TA lineup. They don't want to be letting go of a roach that easily and are gonna be coming from an angle that is... Oh, are they just stealing a Tormentor? Really?
There's no way, right? Surely they're gonna go contest Roshan. Okay, they're doing it. They actually triggered out the rune. Yeah, they're gonna steal the Tony. Okay. They better get an amazing shot out of this one. Goes the way of Zayax. I feel like, actually, for this game against the Bristleback, this is actually pretty good.
Yep, but you do need the roach for it, so it's not great. Definitely not great for Navi. Team Spirit are gonna be happier with the trade.
I mean that they will not have their Tommy, so they're gonna have to tell one of their supports, sorry fam, gotta start investing.
The Bristleback is still way too far ahead of everybody else. I do need a way to deal with them. Maybe it is gonna be this Lion, right? That finds a way to just jump on him, hex him, start draining mana, and they just try to ignore him. Might be a viable plan.
I mean, the Bristleback is having a good enough game that he sees no need for BKB right now, waiting for the SNY. So, he will not have real protection against the Lion making those kind of plays.
It did go for seeing red. Okay, so he's gonna be doing a decent amount of damage. I think it's necessary for him.
Poor Puppy trying to escape here with the jetpack. Not going to be able to get away easily, but does commit the full hook shot. Unfortunately for him though, King right behind him, and Satanic unstoppable streak 6-0-2 on this Bristleback. And there's a tier 2 tower that's being sieged with a siege wagon here. Fight though, moving down towards mid.
Nice one.
Nice quick catch. There was also
Finally,
Bolt
they
and
get a kill.
Finger committed for that though, so they can't really chase for more. That might embolden Team Spirit to go after them. And now, well, Nebushka though,
chase is on.
caught on the wrong side. Nice little dodge of the power shot with the Nightmare, but he still ends up dead. In the meantime though, here comes King from behind. Wants to initiate this. Got caught with the torrent as the Stampede hit. So they didn't have a way to get him forward.
They might chase
TA.
this. I mean, why not? 2 supports are dead.
Supports are dead, and you still have this TA on the high ground with good vision. Late mail coming out onto Malik, but Spike holds him in position. Even better cogs from Poppy. The Terrorize though, thrown in by Rue. Will dissuade them from going forward more, and
He's too
Clockwork
strong.
shotting away will end up dead. And King, although there was an amazing power cogs, great setup from Na'Vi, Satanic is just too strong right now. Him and Centaur together, just way too much beef to get through quickly.
Yeah, you did everything right there with the spell usage, with the catch overall, but it seems that the wrong choice was to even attempt to make something happen there. Maybe just poke and hope for a buyback and then run away. In the end, you only lost the Clockwork, so not the worst thing in the world. But I think this is good for Na'Vi to understand just how much damage they're going to be needing for these two as the time progresses.
Yep. Yoragi, they're hunting him. They have Fiend's Grip. Oh god, they know where he's at though. They have such a good idea. They know what's up.
Yeah,
He's gonna see
nice
them.
board.
But can they get out of here? Okay, Tornado reaches in first, but Lightyear will storm this out.
Shackle.
Going the whirlwind after a shackle shot onto Bane and the Invoker. Yoragi outplaying Team Spirit, heads up, and now Rue doing his best to try and escape this. You got Sanctity. Give this man the kill, dog. He deserves it. Yoragi, what a reaction play coming in from him there.
It's just that this ward doesn't give you good vision of the high ground through the trees. It can only see if he's right on top of the stairs, right? And a little bit to the right as well. So because they couldn't see him, then it was easy for him. You're going up the stairs in a very narrow path. You're lining up for a shackle shot, and you put yourself in a very uncomfortable position there, Spirit. Oh boy, there's so many things wrong with that one. They're the ones that made an opening for Yoragi.
Yoragi now will be very happy with that investment because it gets him closer towards BKB. He was quite far away from it for quite some time, but the big thing for me as well is while all that was happening, TA wasn't involved, she was farming. She now has the Blink D-Lance with the Desolator, but they're gonna try and punish her for not having BKB at this moment in time. They find her in the river, and they absolutely corral and kill her.
Big one. Right, while she's dead, King needs to be aggressive, and he is being aggressive, but you can't get much. There's two supports of Na'Vi. King, really?
You said he must be aggressive, bro. What's the issue?
Yeah, no, there is a thin line between being aggressive and walking to the enemy fountain, which, to be honest, if he knows that the enemies are in the fountain, he's full HP, uses his Bloodstone, I think he can maybe even kill them, not gonna lie. That's the state at which he's at now compared to the enemies. Without breaking him, he kills you.
His Aegis is gonna expire, so we'll get back all the HP and mana they're losing while sieging these buildings. Big thing now is that they get to control this triangle. This is the area where the TA desperately wants to keep farming, but now it becomes more difficult, and that's probably why Team Spirit are focusing on putting pressure on this tier 2 top. Stall out the game, create zones of opportunity for you to kill TA while she's farming more dangerous areas on the map.
Oof, I wouldn't hate to see something like a Blink Dagger on this Bristleback. He's going for an AC, but it just seems to me more and more that he's going to get kited in this game.
Right now they're going onto the counter. One of the primary kite mechanics might be removed from play if they can kill off this pirate. Does not have access to a kite. He doesn't have BKB. He can't do anything. But on the backlines is Yoragi with his BKB going all over the show with the whirlwind.
Again.
And they burst through the Invoker. Now they've isolated King and they kill Satanic. So far, no bueno because they end up losing this Lion. Yoragi with Wind Run. He's forced to just go to the north side of the fight. He's got to get the hell out of here. Rune kills off Puppey with another Bedlam, and now look at this. Sanctity held in position. He can go nowhere. Malik gets that kill, and they manage to get a very nice pierce onto the backlines, but it takes too long to kill the Invoker, and by that time, you're losing too many heroes yourself.
I think Navi, somebody in their team needs to say, we are not killing this Bristleback. Do not think about it. If we see an opportunity, do not go for it. He will not die until we have like a Shiva, Skadi, Silver Edge, 5 more items on different cores. Do not even attempt to do it. This is the reason why they lost the fight, because they won it. The double shackle shot, they get a second kill. They found the Invoker. And instead of dispersing and then re-engaging again, finding even more supports, even more of these squishy heroes, they try to go for the Bristleback, and well, they don't even get close.
King was completely happy there. He's gonna get himself towards the AC. Pipe of Insight was finished by the Centaur, thanks to that fight. And a lot of, you can't actually underestimate just how much of this damage, not just from the Lion, but he's chain lightning procs from the Gleipnir. Having the pipe against them before this Wind Ranger has access to a crit stick herself, there's a lot of damage that's taken away from Yoragi all of a sudden.
Yep, he is not packing that much of a punch. He needs the Daedalus and they need the Silver Edge. That is when they are maybe gonna be able to do more damage. Until then, Navi need to be keeping it. So the problem is only one outer tower is left, and it's probably gonna be taken down now.
Coming for this tower, baby.
Tower is under attack.
They got a Vindicator's axe on Bristleback. Good luck.
Yeah. What is that? 30 armor. And he does get silenced quite a lot because of the traps, so the right-click damage is also going to be kicking in. But it's such a great item versus a TA when you think about it.
About to pick up his AC as well on his Bristleback. Crazy tanky. The tool to kill him is going to come from Sanctity, who is building into the Silver Edge. But him building Silver Edge means that we are going to have a large portion of time where this TA does not have BKB.
Not if the Invoker dies, you are not that afraid, right? Because the TA wants to jump in and destroy somebody. Unfortunately, of course, the game for him isn't going all that well for that to be a possibility, but with the Silver Edge and the line, you can do it. You just need to be following whose Ayats is going on.
Liposhka Bane. Level 12. What's the experience looking like with the supports? All the supports are pretty much at the same level. The one that's under leveled in this game is Larl, only level 14 on his Invoker.
Yeah, he's having a hard time. The thing is with the Invoker that you have so many spells that you're gonna find a way to be useful in these fights. Even if you're not this massive right-clicking Invoker, you are still contributing, and you can see that they are focusing on him just because of that lack of BKBs, right? Because you have one on the Wind Ranger, but nobody else is gonna be buying it anytime soon. So if he just continues to control every one of your kills, let's say disarming the TA, slowing her down and such, it's a problem. So despite all those things, this Invoker is still a dangerous hero for Navi to deal with.
Roshan has now respawned, is being pinged out by Team Spirit, and they're making their way towards the bottom side of the map. This is a big catch-22, right? As TA, regularly, well, you're supposed to be the one leveraging the second Aegis to completely control the map, ideally even push high ground, but at the very least, you take all the tier 2s. Now she might just lose another Aegis in the game. Not ready to fight for this. I don't think there's much they can do. Both just...
In lineups always rely the most on the second Aegis. In this game, you're not the carry, you're not the main guy. It's the Wind Ranger, so it's generally not going to be that impactful, but it's still a hit towards the TA lineup.
Especially if she dies, because look at this. They found her. Bedlam on top. The Sunstrike will be out, and Laurel, he's the one that gets that kill. Now Sanctity, he's gone. Zayax will also get taken away. A double kill for Laurel. There's all the experience he was looking for. That is huge. Neither of these heroes have buyback right now.
Hey everybody, Syndrome, you're a line, you see a Fiend's Grip onto your core. you go for it, but there was absolutely no chance for him to save his life at all. At that point, he was already dead, even if all of the heroes apart from the Dark Willow just got instantly stunned, ravaged, somehow controlled, and the Dark Willow would still be able to finish him off. So just a straight up mistake from Zads.
This is the worst case scenario of them. Not only were they playing around the Tormentor while this Bristleback was sieging their tier 3, they didn't even kill the Torment. They had to go back to base to heal up, so just a straight up tier 3 tower. Rax falling very low as well with the Alacrity buff up onto this BB. The range has fallen. 9 seconds until the Templar is back, but still 4 minutes with the Aegis. Gonna try and get this melee Rax. TA, Warning, and Team Spirit. They're like, you know what, guys? We have seen this movie many, many times. We didn't really like how it ended, so we'll just happily back off. Take the range Rax for now. We'll return when we feel a bit stronger.
Yeah, they're lacking mana on the Bristleback and some HP as well. You saw the enemies coming back. There's no reason to force stuff here. All of the other towers have been taken. You can manipulate the lanes and the map overall however you want. So it's smarter to just go for the long route to victory.
Get some stuns out onto him, but it's a Bristleback, man. Satanic still chilling. Almost has his BKB. They're actually about to have the double BKB timing for him and the Invoker pretty much simultaneously.
I think the idea there from Navi was to take away all of the mana from the Bristleback and then maybe smoke up. And since he still had the solid amount to work with, they decided not to try going for it. You know that he's gonna kill all of you if you're not careful.
They still seem insistent on playing down bottom. They're gonna smoke. Put a little bit of vision onto Sanctus. In the meantime, though, look at this. The Bristleback is Satanic inside the base, and like you said, don't do it, y'all. He's already killed off this Lion. But now, what else can happen here? How much further can they go? This Wind Ranger caught in with the Beat Script. She ends up dead. There's no buyback available for Uragi. Bristleback happy to die, because that's just an Aegis. Now he comes back, has BKB at the ready. They still want to go for it. They hit him with the Tide. Bring him closer towards the base. He has BKBs in the fountain. This is the worst place to be. Oh no. You signed your own death warrant. And that, I think, actually might be the game. No buyback on the Wind Ranger. I mean, Kunkka can buy back, but how do they deal with this Bristle?
There is still a glyph you can save some time, Team Spirit. The Bristle is low, but I guess this Bloodstone still being active makes him unkillable still.
Bristleback, what a hero.
Yep. Clean performance from Spirit as well. And I think Navi just didn't respect just how farmed he was. Every single fight that they lost miserably was because they committed onto a hero that they couldn't kill him. I think it was 7 times Bristleback and 1 time it was the Centaur.
Full Mega Creeps are about to be available now. They can finish this off and they jump on the Sanctity, the TA. She doesn't have a defensive item, she's just gone. Forced into buying back. Poppy's lost the fight on the back end. They go in with the Whirlwind, but there's just no damage from this Wind Ranger. She dies like it's nothing. Poppy though, with the chain disabled, they managed to kill off Bane Elemental and now Rue too. So hopefully they can find the Invoker. Invoker falling low, but Sanctity ends up dying back. They can't even get on top of Laurel. The Tidebringer cleave. Invoker out of range, out of distance. Use the Tidal Wave, bringing back the Bristle, but there's absolutely no way that they can kill him. GG, well played, has been called. Navi has thrown in the towel. And this is their last game because they've now been eliminated from the DreamLeague Season 24 qualifiers, and Team Spirit with their King Bristleback show that they're good